am going to do the show eating a hoagie the entire 4 hours. Good morning, everybody. Middays with Marks on 97.5. The Fanatic on a rainy Thursday. But don't fear, warm weather is almost here. John Marks says we say good morning to a full studio. Well, we'll say good morning to Ray Dunn. Ray, good morning.
Good morning, John. How are you?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Good. Did you catch up on sleep? I know that you were sleep deprived because of the business trip that you went on with the Lady Owls.
Well, naturally, I had to be there for Jazz Sixers last night, so I caught up on a little bit of sleep, but it was still an active night for me.
So you got to sleep at the Sixers Jazz game. That was a good idea to go and get some rest.
No, but I didn't go out after the game, so that was at least nice.
That was very mature of you, Ray.
Right. It was a smart decision by me. I needed the day.
Someone who wouldn't have made that same smart decision is to my left. His name is Sean Brace.
Yes, indeed.
Especially when you were 25. In fact, you may be leaning over a trash can right now if you're 25.
That happened before. Good morning. It is nasty outside. Take your time out there. Let's have some fun today, though, because we got a lot to get into. I know the show sheet is filled with a plethora of fun topics to discuss.
Of course, and we say good morning to everybody that's listening on the radio, listening on the 97.5 The Fanatic app. Sean, people should definitely download the app.
Should.
So much great stuff on there. Our written content, there's videos on demand, listen live. Tell Alexa to play 97.5 The Fanatic. And watching live on YouTube, it's become a big thing. Just saying. Like, I'm out and about. I hear people talking about watching Middays with Marks on YouTube on 97.5 The Fanatic. Just go to the YouTube page, subscribe, get involved in the chat. If you can't watch it live, you can watch it whenever you want to on demand, as always. But just subscribe to The Fanatic because we're trying to take over the YouTube world as a station and as a show. All right. How many more hours until free agency actually starts next week? Well, when does the legal tampering period start? Because right now it's illegal tampering. And then legal tampering starts on Monday, and then the actual signings can officially start on Wednesday. And I'm wondering when the A.J. Brown saga, does it get taken into mid next week? Like when does he have to be traded by to where we think, you know what I mean? Like if we get to next Friday and he's not traded, are we going to start getting the reports A.J. Brown's not going anywhere and we feel like he's coming back? Or is this going to happen quickly? Because I'm getting to a point where I'm ready for him either to be traded or for him not to be traded.
You are.
I am.
Yeah, I think I think we all are. I think we all are. But no, that's not where this is going, though. We have to be realistic because this is Howie Roseman. This is his game. This is his. You know, he's got the deck in his hands. So it's up to him when he wants to start shuffling up and dealing here. And I know that they are definitely making some calls here. But John, I don't think that this is going to be something that's settled soon. No. I think that this is something that easily could last up to draft time.
Really?
Yeah, that's my gut feeling.
Well, if he doesn't get what he wants, but here's part of the problem is that teams that have a need for a number one wide receiver, if they don't get it in free agency, not A.J. Brown, then what do? You almost have to have it where it's like, okay, well, Bills, you're talking about Mike Evans. You know you'd rather have A.J. Brown. So what about A.J. Brown? And if they sign Mike Evans, then that takes them out of A.J. Brown. But to your point, they can still trade him all the way up to the draft. The Eagles acquired A.J. Brown right before the draft, right? They draft night. They got A.J. Brown.
Correct.
So we'll see. But so yesterday I went, where did I go, Ray? I went from 30% A.J.'s getting traded to 30% he's not getting, no.
I went you were 70-30. 70-30 on my side.
So I went 30% he's getting traded to 70% he's getting traded to 80% he's getting traded. I'm holding steady at the 80%, although the arrow is pointing up to a possible 85 before I'm out today. All right, where are you?
I'm staying with the 70-30. 70% he's getting traded. 30% he's still back. Right now, Howie is daring someone to meet the price. The price is really high. We understand how it works. He's angling to get a lot of conversation going. Over these next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll start to see some free agents get signed, and obviously the pickings will be a little bit thinner there as far as the position is concerned. And I just feel like it could come down to potentially a draft pick. Somebody selected on draft night that could entice Howie Roseman and saying, okay, you got our guy. We were going to use that pick. Let's make the deal. Right. And like that's where I think that this could last a heck of a lot longer. And I realize, look, this is still the big story in the NFL. Like, we're all on the same page, but if you're talking big picture conversational pieces, A.J. Brown's at the top of the list.
So here's why I think it's even trending more towards a trade, which is the more you hear from the insiders, and I'm not talking about the regurgitating insiders that are just telling you the exact same thing that's already out there, that there's teams that are in, and there's more than, they're not being named, they're not being used, but it feels like this is real reporting. When Zach Berman says there's multiple AFC teams that are in on A.J. Brown, of course they're not just going to say, yeah, sure, Howie, we'll give you a first and a second. But as the negotiations happen and as we move into next week and the free agent period starting, now you may see one of the teams get a little bit more aggressive and say, okay, yeah, we'll give you that first round pick, but you're going to have to give us a fourth round pick in return. Or we'll give you a first and then you give us a third and we'll give you a fourth. That kind of finagling happening. The only way A.J. Brown isn't going to get traded is if there's not enough teams in him that's going to drive up the price. If the price remains, if the Bills say, hey, no one else is really interested, hey, Eagles, we're not going to give you the first-round pick you're looking for, then I think that's the best chance that A.J. Brown comes back. If there's multiple teams that are in that really want him, I think A.J. Brown is traded. And that's kind of what you're seeing right now is you had mentioned this morning, and I think you're right. Why the hell wouldn't the Chiefs be not all in, but be willing to trade their first-round draft pick for A.J. Brown? They have a need. They have a quarterback that's in his 30s now. They have an aging Travis Kelce who used to be able to pick up for not having a great wide receiver. They need somebody there, and they don't want to bring back Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you going to do? Do what you did last year? Let me tell you something. Just because Pat Mahomes is going to come back this year, if he's back to start the regular season, as great as he is and as great as he was, we saw last year that doesn't matter if you don't now surround him with talent. Their offensive line isn't great. Their defense is fine, but they don't have an elite wide receiver. They didn't have a great running game. They need huge upgrades on offense. So the Chiefs should 100% be in. If I was the Ravens, I'd be 100% in. If I was the Bills, I'd be 100% in. Right? But if I'm the Patriots.
Not even, let me just say this, not even 100% in. I'm not losing.
I'm not losing.
If I'm one of those teams that you just mentioned, I'm not losing out on one of those other teams getting A.J. Brown when every one of those teams could use, of course, everybody could use a number one receiver, especially with the talent of A.J. Brown that he possesses. But
they need him.
I'm looking at the Chiefs, John, and that was the one immediately. Again, like I said, we can list these teams, but the Chiefs now have the extra draft pick from yesterday's move. They have the 4 picks came over for Trent McDuffie. It's a huge deal from the Rams, including a 2026 first-rounder. So now the Chiefs have the extra capital, including 2 first-round picks. They got plenty of flexibility, and they have a situation with Travis Kelce. He's coming back, it seems, but if you get A.J. Brown back or in the mix, Travis Kelce's 100% coming back.
Yep. Ray, where are you today? I think you were 55-45. He gets traded yesterday.
Yeah, I'm somewhere near 60 and him getting traded. I'm still leaning towards him getting traded. I'm not totally convinced that anyone's going to meet that asking price. I also think that my asking price is probably too high a wall for someone to climb right now. So,
which is what?
It has to be at least a first-round pick.
So minimum first
no
round negotiation. Pick. All right, so you say first-round pick, and I say, okay, we get a third, and then we give you our fourth. Because that's the modern-day negotiation of these
that's
GMs.
Fine. I'll sit here and say, nope.
Okay.
You want A.J. Brown to win you a Super Bowl? You will give me your first-round pick.
Wait, you said a third-round pick for A.J. Brown?
No. So it's like, here's what they do a lot of times in these trades. They say, okay, fine, we'll give you a first-round draft pick, but you need to give us your third, and then we'll give you our fourth.
Okay.
So they feel like they're getting a little bit of value, and you still get your first-round draft pick, and you give up a little less value because you're trading a fourth for a third or a third for a fourth or whatever. I don't know. To me, it really seems like it's trending in the direction of him.
Oh, another log was put on the fire. 2 logs were put on the fire yesterday. The release of Stephon Diggs.
Correct.
Okay, 33 years old. I get that part of it, but he contributed a lot, especially
1,000 yards
down the end of the season. Love to have him back in the mix. No, he's not, or he's gone. And then, of course, the deal that we just discussed with the Kansas City Chiefs. There's 2 more logs throwing on the A.J. Brown fire. We got flames, people. Hi!
All right,
now.
We had our insider, James Palmer, Bleacher Report podcast star, joined us yesterday, and he talked about the price and our team's willing to meet it. Here it is.
I think those teams are all trying not to give up a first-round pick for AJ. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged. But you could almost use that as a little bit of a comp. I don't know if it's still a first-round pick for A.J. Brown, and this is why. There are some people around the league that I've talked to, and I'm not putting anything past A.J. Brown considering the way he works, and obviously we've all seen him topless, right? So listen, the way A.J. works and the way he goes about his business is one thing. But there are plenty of people in the league that do believe this is probably the best we've seen A.J. play.
Yeah, not last year, but he's still got – and there's questions about his knees for sure, and he's played through it and he's managed it. But to his point, and it's a good one, Diggs is – one of the reasons why the Patriots got rid of Diggs is a lot of the off-the-field stuff. If you remember, he had the bag of whatever the hell that was down in Miami. He had the Cardi B stuff. He also – he got –
The chef.
He got arrested for choking his chef.
Yeah.
Or something.
Legit.
And so, like, it's not the on-the-field stuff. His cap number also was going up to $26 million, so they were never going to do that.
Yeah, we'll do it.
But they could have redone the contract and brought him back. All those factors, they got rid of him. Who's their top wide receiver right now in New England?
Mac Hollins.
But yeah, seriously.
Keyshawn
Booty.
Booty, there you go.
He's a nice gadget-type player. He's not a number one wide receiver. Let me say this, all right, because I listen to our sister station, the Sports Hub, up in Boston. And I think they do a great job. They're a lot like Philly Sports Radio. Probably are the closest comp to Philly Sports Radio is what they do up in Boston at the Sports Hub, all right? And I've noticed from a lot of media, a lot of the hosts, a lot of the fans is their response to a trade for A.J. Brown is, oh, I'm not giving up a first-round draft pick for A.J. Brown.
Wow.
All right, maybe the late second, and they have to give us something back in return, but like a third-round draft pick, we're not giving up a lot for A.J. Brown. He makes a lot of money, and he's a pain in the ass.
That's wild.
And it is. That you would think that everybody would say, hey, he puts us over the top. The wide receivers clearly needed an upgrade, whether or not they made the Super Bowl last year. So my response to that, to what the fans and the media are saying in Boston about the Patriots trading for A.J. Brown, they're very lukewarm to the idea. Here's what I say to it. Be careful. This is the NFL. The Patriots, I believe, are closer to missing the playoffs next year than to getting back to the Super Bowl. That's the NFL. Look at the Washington Commanders. They make the NFC Championship game. They lose to the Eagles. What does every member of the Washington media and Washington fans say? Oh, man. Our young quarterback, with our roster, with our head coach, we'll be back. We're going to win the NFC East this year. No question about it. Chirp, 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 chirp. You're feeling really confident. They just had a really good year last year. So did the Patriots. And what happened to Washington last year?
Yep.
Washington didn't have a ton of talent. They had a great quarterback play from a young quarterback. There was the league responded to that and reacted to that. And they had a lot of injuries, and they also, the balls that bounced the right way that year didn't bounce that way last year. The Patriots last year played a historically bad schedule. They were a last-place team. It was a historically bad schedule.
Yep.
They don't have a ton of talent on that team. If you think just by coming back, and Drake May was the runner-up in being the MVP, if you think just coming back is going to put you back in the Super Bowl, no, it's not. Your schedule is going to be much more difficult. The Bills are going to still be there. The Jets may be better. Like, who knows about the Dolphins?
Let me calm you down on the Jets.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. But you're right, though, as far as strength of schedule is concerned. And, oh, by the way, Drake May took a hit. He took a hit.
Yeah.
Well, no, I meant like the idea that he is one of these chosen quarterbacks. He played well, but if you remember, as it went on, that offense wasn't putting up
He
any
didn't play well
yards.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, so a lot of people were second-guessing, favorable schedule, strength of schedule was really weak, they didn't play anybody. They won 14 games last year. They're not winning 14 again this year, to your point.
They're not.
And the Commanders, going back to, again, who cares about that, but I think you nailed the head, or hit the nail on the head as far as young quarterback, easy schedule, and they had a lot of players that had veteran leadership, win now, and they did exactly that, to their credit. Oh, by the way, the ball did bounce their way. Remember the Hail Mary? Like
against the Bears. No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's not something that you can count on the following year.
Agreed.
I've watched football and I've watched the NFL long enough to know it's a year-to-year league, and just because you won 14 games and went to the Super Bowl, they have a good defense. No doubt about that. They have a good defense.
Sure.
What do they have on offense? Drake May, let's see what the league does with Drake May, and let's see what he looks like next year. I still think he's a good young quarterback, and I'd love to have him on my team as a young quarterback, but that doesn't mean anything because Jaden Daniels is still a good young quarterback. Look what happened last year. So the Patriots, they should be not desperate, but they should be aggressive to improve the talent on their team. Because if you want to win 9 games next year and be a borderline playoff team, okay, come back with Mike Evans is who you're signing, or up the ante and get A.J. Brown. Maybe the organization is very interested in that. Maybe Mike Vrabel is very interested in that. But everything else I hear from the media and the fans, very lukewarm to the idea of A.J. Brown, which is kind of crazy to me. So, Ray, yesterday we had the knockout tickets, the knockout tournament slot, and the Sixers tickets. Did you hear how we did it yesterday, Sean?
I did not. I was in and out of my car. I was bummed because you guys talked about Limp Bizkit and DJ Lethal, and it's the one show that I wasn't on. Are you kidding me? Like, I got takes on House of Pain, DJ Lethal.
Is House of Pain a one-hit wonder?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely not.
One
But
album
the
wonder?
One album wonder hit me. Yes.
Probably two.
I agree. Yeah. But I remember right where I was when I bought that at a flea market in 1992. Oh, man. That's one thing kids miss out these days is buying an album, buying a tape, that smell, that feel, ripping off the plastic. These kids don't do that anymore. They haven't done it in forever.
No, they'll never know it.
Ray, have you ever bought an album?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
On iTunes.
Yeah, on iTunes.
Oh,
no,
man.
but even you bring up Limp Bizkit, and I know that, Fred Durst tries to pretend that he's in on the joke, but he wasn't in on the joke. Limp Bizkit was awesome. They were awesome.
They
for
were
that
one of
first
the biggest
album.
bands in the world. They for a good 2 to 3 year stretch, they were one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Making a comeback, though.
But here's what we did.
I saw
right?
them over the summer with Metallica.
You saw Limp
Yes,
Bizkit?
yes.
How were they?
It was incredible.
Yeah, I figure they still play a good live show.
Dude.
Fred Durst got nothing else to do, so
No.
he can say it's not like Motley Crue with Vince Neil, who he can't even sing anymore.
They might be everywhere this summer because of what they did last summer, touring with Metallica, putting smiles on people's faces, LOL, whatever.
Yep.
They could be like really big this summer. Give me something to break. About your face.
So here's what we did: we had people give the pitch,
Okay.
why this should be represent Middays with Marks, by sending us a voice message on the text line.
Ooh, I like that.
And it worked out very well. In fact, we got so many, we were overwhelmed, and we couldn't get them all in the air.
Really?
So because we like to get reaction from the people, and we're always going to encourage people to call 610-632-0975. I love phone calls. I love to hear our audience. I like the kooks, too. That's another thing. They don't put a lot of people in the air that have their... Ray, the people that are blocked, that call in that I see, they're now allowed on the air on our show.
Let's go, Ray.
I don't care what any other show... Mitch in East Windsor's allowed to call in. Dieter from Hapro's allowed to call in.
10 to 2 is Kook Radio, Ray.
Yeah.
Get them believing.
And if they, has Dieter from Hapro, like if somebody's racist and that's why they're blocked, we don't want them.
No,
That-
Dieter doesn't want to come on the
There's
radio.
level of
Okay.
kooks.
Dieter calls to speak to the call screener.
Bad callers for me may be a good, bad callers for the station back before I came is a good caller for us.
Yeah, we like that.
So let me decide.
Like the guy that yelled at me the other day when he was like, Chris Jones, how you going to put up Chris Jones on the defense? Like, that's kook. We like that.
Yeah, I want
want
anger. I want excitement.
Yeah.
I want nuttiness.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here's what I like to do with the A.J. Brown stuff, all right? Because right now, here's where I am, Sean. I am, if it all comes down to it and it's next Wednesday and no team is budging on a first-round draft pick, now I'm talking about a second and a fourth. Or a second and a conditional fourth.
Oh, you're changing.
Or a second and a player. I'm willing to negotiate down a little bit. They're not going to get a first and a second. That's just the start of negotiation. It's called negotiation for a reason. They put that out there. Teams are like, we're not giving you that. Hopefully you settle with the first-round draft pick. I am now considering do you make the move for a second plus. Not doing it just for a second-round draft pick. The teams that are going to be interested in A.J. Brown, pick at the bottom of the second round. That's not good enough for me. You're going to have to sweeten that with a fourth, a conditional fourth, maybe a player that could be a starter, a starting cornerback type. Denver, they give me their second-round draft pick and that starting corner that could be available out there. Now we're talking. All right? So I am willing to negotiate. But your thoughts on A.J. Brown. So if people that don't know how to send a voice message, Sean, put us in your phone, in your contacts, and save it. 610-632-0975. And just put Fanatic. 610-632-0975. Then when you go to the text message, and where it says message, this is on an iPhone, where it says message, the little plus sign next to it,
Okay.
then it pops up where it gives you a bunch of options. Camera, photos. Down there it says audio. Click the audio button, and that starts rolling right away. And then you can leave a message, Don't do 2 minutes. 30 seconds to a minute's fine.
Keep it quick.
Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then give it to us. You can be screaming and yelling, and then we turn it around. We put it on the air like it's a phone call.
How about that? That's some new technology I did not know about.
Let's try it.
How about that?
The actual text line does nothing for me. I like the text line. Don't get me wrong, and I think it adds something, but it doesn't do a lot for Ray to be like, all right, unknown texter says, John, you're crazy. I wouldn't trade A.J. Brown for anything from a first-round draft pick.
Sure.
I like hearing what people have to say. So let's use the text board with the voice messages. Bill and Ricky do it great with their segment every day.
Yeah.
All right? 610-632-0975 if you want to text us, if you want to call us, or you want to give us a voice text message to the text line. We'll play them coming up. What would your price tag be for a potential A.J. Brown trade? Would you now consider doing less than a first-round draft pick? Also, Mike Garafolo, his thoughts on an asking price for A.J. Brown. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Is the price right? I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. A.J. Brown watch continues, and it continues through this offseason for the Birds. What will they do with the star wide receiver? Lay reports saying the Eagles are listening, but no one has come close to offering exactly what they're looking for. We spoke to James Palmer yesterday about what teams are looking for in the A.J. Brown negotiations.
I think those teams are all trying not to give up a first-round pick for AJ. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged.
NFL free agency begins next week. We'll keep you updated with everything going on with the Birds through this offseason. The Sixers snuck by the Jags last night, 106-102. Jabari Walker with 22 points, 10 rebounds in the game. They're without Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe, and Kelly Oubre. They've got the Hawks on Saturday night in Atlanta. Birthplace America lost to Team Canada yesterday in spring training action. The Phillies falling to Team Canada. Alec Boehm homered. Aaron Nola went 3 scoreless innings. This update is brought to you by brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vestadine tires from Tire Rack. Vestadine tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Middays with Marks, John, Sean, Ray. Let's hear from Mike Garafolo. The asking price for A.J. Brown. Is this what everybody's saying? Then Diana Rossini can tweet this out after he says it. Go ahead.
A.J. Brown with the Philadelphia Eagles. We talked about him potentially being moved. I've had some conversations with sources informed of what's happening there. My understanding is teams are making offers to the Eagles for a trade, and to this point, they have not gotten to the point at which the Eagles would make the move. In their mind, it's a Quinnen Williams type deal. We're talking a potential first-round pick with a second-round sweetener on it. That's kind of where it is for the Eagles to start to consider moving A.J. Brown. If they don't get close to that point or to that point, I don't think Howie Roseman moves him. I think he keeps A.J. Brown in the fold. He's a really good player. He is highly valued inside that building. Now, right now, all the money that's committed to AJ, if he remains with the team, is affecting their ability to sign other free. Like, they'd like to have Dallas Goedert back right now, but they don't know necessarily whether or not they're going to be able to pay AJ Brown or have to pay AJ Brown. So that's sort of affecting business. But in the meantime, the Eagles not feeling like, well, we have to trade AJ. It's our team's going to come up and make that offer to meet that price.
From Howie's lips to Mike Garafolo's mouth, Sean Brace. Hello.
Yeah. Look, I think we are in a position right now where it's the wait and see. We got to continue to drive the price up. That's what Howie's trying to do. I'm sure there's, like I said earlier, there's another 2 logs on the A.J. Brown trade fire at this point in time, so lots of smoke. I just disagree with Mike G as far as, well, if he doesn't get what he wants, then A.J. Brown will just come back and, yeah, it's all good. We'll just ho-hum. Let's go back. Let's go to work next year. I as they say, the toothpaste is out of the tube with this one. I'm on Lou Riddick's team. Lou Riddick opened up, like last week. I think we did a show on Thursday, I believe, John, when you were in Disney, and Lou was like, it just feels like it's time to move on.
It does.
And AJ probably is subscribing to that theory. His agent's out there working. I'd be shocked if AJ Brown was back.
I'd be shocked if a team wasn't interested. So you had mentioned Kansas City and the trade of McDuffie yesterday.
Yes.
So here's their picks right now. After the trade, they have their own pick, which is the top 10 pick, 9th, because they were bad last year. They're never picking top 10. That's great for them.
They have 5 wins last year.
Yep. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah. If you got Mahomes as your quarterback, 6 wins. They were 6-11. If Mahomes is your quarterback and you win 6 games, Andy Reid's your coach.
And he was injured, but at that point, they were out of the playoffs. Anyway, all right, and then, so the pick from the Rams is 29th. Doesn't that look perfect, Ray? Doesn't the 29th overall pick for A.J. Brown? I mean, honestly, from my perspective, I'd give up more than the 29th pick to get A.J. Brown. I would. I know the impact he can have on a team. He's going to give you that first-year bump, especially if you're a team that hasn't had a dominant wide receiver like A.J. Brown in a while, and then you see what a true number 1 wide receiver looks like, you're like, holy crap. It's been a really long time. They had Tyreek Hill. It's been a number of years since Tyreek Hill's been there. So the 29th from Kansas City, to me, that just seems perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's a first-round pick. It's what I'm asking for, so...
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably where you end up making that move.
But they may say, we have the 40th pick, because then they have their second-round pick, which is their own second-round pick. They have a pick in round 3. They have a pick in round 4, and then they have a bunch of 5s. And it's all about the asking price, and you don't have to rush to do it. But like Garafolo had mentioned in that, you got to figure out what you're doing with Dallas Goedert. If you trade A.J. Brown, you may be more willing to bring in Dallas Goedert or to spend more money to bring Dallas Goedert back because you're not spending $30 million in cash on A.J. Brown. So one maybe has to do with another. And then also the other thing, the good wide receivers are going to be going in free agency. So if you hang on to A.J. Brown, there's not going to be the guys that are left if you decide to trade him once you come to the draft. So, I mean, obviously, if the best offer out there for me is the Chiefs' 40th pick, 40th overall, and then they're adding a 3rd, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. A 2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 4 for AJ. Like you had said about Lou Riddick saying it just feels like it's time.
Yep.
It feels like it's time.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
2 and a 4.
Man, I got to believe I can get what I want if I'm Howie. I'm Howie Roseman.
That's the best offer.
Well, then, yeah, I got to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Then I'm doing it. And I'm going to go ahead and make some moves as far as inside, be aggressive as far as the draft is concerned, or package picks and make another trade because I just feel like, as we discussed on Tuesday's show, John, there's a lot of holes. There's a lot of holes on this offense. Yeah, we're talking about the number one wide receiver, but who's that two if you got to bump Devontae over to one? Who is your tight end, as we pointed out?
Offensive line depth, defensive end.
Yeah.
Defensive end depth. Even if you sign Phillips, who are your defensive ends? I like Hunt. Are you bringing Nolan Smith back on a fifth-year option, making all that money? I'm not. I don't know. All right, so we have an angry texter, and then we have a voice text. Give me the angry texter first, Raymond, and then we'll play the voice text.
Everyone is out of their minds. There's no way we should get rid of A.J. Brown. Come on, man. He's the best receiver on the team, one of the best in the league. You're ridiculous.
Okay. Well,
Could you do a little bit better as far as the voice? Like, if he is mad, I want to hear it in a mean voice. Like, could you read it like?
that's the problem with Ray reading it, is his acting skills aren't like ours.
No, come on, Ray. Give me one. Read it like he's mad.
Everyone's out of their minds. There's no way we should get rid of A.J. Brown. Come on, man.
Better.
There it is.
Good coaching.
Yes. See?
We have a voice message. Again, send us a voice message on the text line, 610-632-0975. Here it is.
Greg from Eagleville. Listen, if you're the Bills or the Ravens, what are you doing? You should be all in. A trade should have already happened. You guys are wasting two of the best quarterbacks of the last 10 years. Make the trade, give up a first rounder, and get it done. And actually give your quarterback someone to play with.
You know what? If they
Fantastic.
you know where I want AJ to go? The Bills. Because I like Josh Allen and I have a jersey. And I can wear the jersey and it's kind of a bit.
Well, it is intriguing.
And by the way, somebody gave me the jersey because I said I would take Josh Allen over Carson Wentz when everybody thought Carson Wentz was the best thing ever. And I got death threats for saying that. But
Buffalo, look, a new stadium this year. Did you see the tour?
it's awesome.
Wow.
New stadium.
Yep.
The GM who kept his job but hired a new coach and a new young offensive coach, right? What do you want to give him? You want to give Josh? The Bills are under pressure because Josh Allen can get to a point where he says, "Listen, man, I'm in an age where I can't do this anymore. This is a loser franchise. I turned the franchise around. You got to give me something to work with."
Agreed.
Remember, Joe Burrow had said, "How come the Eagles can sign everybody? I want to sign everybody." Guess what
did.
the Bengals did?
Yep.
Re-signed T. Higgins.
Yep.
They're scared to death of losing him.
Well, first of all, I do want to point out, Greg, that was an awesome voice memo. Nice work on that. Fantastic. Quick, to the point, and of course he's got great takes because we're in total agreement. One thing I did kick around in my mind when I saw the Kansas City move yesterday, John, was I was like, I could be a beggar and a chooser at the same time. I don't want to give Mahomes A.J. Brown. I don't want to give the Chiefs any ammunition to get back to another Super Bowl. There was a point, as bad as it was for Kansas City, that the odds makers continued to bang the drum that they're going to turn it around. They're going to figure it out.
Of course. And
never happened. That's understood. Of course, you pointed out torn ACL by Mahomes in week 14. He's going to be battling back from that, but he'll be ready to go. Look at Tatum. He's ready to go. I just would say, like, there was a moment last year I go, the trilogy's back on. I know you NFL fans are sick. It's going to be Eagles and Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So, like, a part of me is like, man, be careful what you're going to do here. Do not give A.J. Brown to the Kansas City Chiefs. But
if they run it back, if the Chiefs run it back, there's as good of a chance that they don't make the playoffs as they do. Maybe not as good of a chance. That division's different. The Broncos are good. The Chargers are good.
Broncos are definitely good.
Right?
Yeah. Chargers are good. You're right.
The Raiders stink, but you're just not going to be able to come back in and say, "Hey, we're the Chiefs and we're Pat Mahomes." That offense hasn't looked good.
No. Did you see the Vegas Raiders? Remember all those years in New England when it was Tom Brady with his guy, what's his name, Alex Guerrero or whatever, the trainer?
Yeah, the massage guy.
And apparently he's now with the Vegas Raiders, and people are all like, and one of the things that irked Max Crosby is his existence. This guy's with the Raiders. Yeah, it's like, really, this dude just, hey, man, cut him. Yeah, it is his guy. You're right about that.
It's the TB12 guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see the Raiders. There was a part of me that wanted to see Vegas actually turn it around and be a good club, but with Brady and his involvement, I want to see them fail.
We got a really good club.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so anti-Tom Brady.
I'm actually not anti-Tom Brady, but he's learning the hard way. It's really difficult to win in the NFL if you don't have a Tom Brady as quarterback.
The image today that I saw on my timeline really makes me sick to my stomach. It does. I don't know why. I could give you a little bit more in detail, but I'll save it for myself. Him shaking hands with the guy from Saudi Arabia with this flag football deal, and they're moving it. due to the war that's going on right now. Yeah. It's just. It's icky.
Well, he's a
icky.
phony.
It's icky, John. I'm icky again.
But remember before the Super Bowl, he's like, well, I'm not rooting for the Patriots. Why not?
Yeah, I'm so.
Why not? You're not even doing the game. At least if he was doing the game, he could say, I'm doing the game. I have to remain impartial.
Looks like Skeletor with all
Yucky.
yucky. I'm yucky with him.
Yucky.
Yeah, I'm yucked up. This dude's got me yucked up again.
Yucky.
I thought it was icky. Icky, yucky. You can go ahead and describe it whatever way. It is.
You suck.
Yeah, he's out there, shaking hands. They're moving this flag football game that's brought to you by Fanatics.
Well, yeah, because they can't have missiles coming from Iran over to where the game
hell of a
is.
halftime show.
Yeah, it would be. All right, coming up, another voice memo after the break. Also, we talked about how A.J. Brown impacts Dallas Goedert's future. On the morning show, Adam Schefter said Goedert could go where? We'll play that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. suck.
Can I give you a Fred Durst story? I almost got a Fred Durst tattoo. Think about that.
What is this?
This is rolling. Rolling.
That's when that sucked. Rolling sucked.
Rolling was terrible. Yes.
Faith was good.
Nookie was terrible.
No, Nookie's good.
Nookie's terrible.
No, it's not. Rolling sucks. Nookie is good.
Limp,
Give me something to break is good.
And the funny thing is,
great.
because he's playing instrumental there, and I dare people, I always say this, if you take Fred Durst's lyrics off of it, they had a really, really good sound.
Oh, for sure.
It was very unique. You mixed in with Lethal, as you said. Wes Borland's a maniac as far as guitar. He's the guy that paints himself. Really, really, really good. So if you took away the lyrics, because the lyrics were pretty ABC, that type deal.
Right, I'm sure some schmuck was writing it for Fred Durst to put a Yankees hat, a red Yankees
If you don't
hat
care, we don't care. Pretty easy. But really good sound to
on.
him.
A great sound to it.
Yeah.
Better sound than Nickelback?
Oh, without a doubt.
Are you a Nickelback fan?
No, but I think they get a tough crowd dedicated to them. And I mean, they got some hits. Never made it as a blind man. They got some hits.
So I had written down in the voice memo, music that you're not afraid to admit that you enjoy. And you're ready to say it. A song or a group, Nickelback, not for me, but for Sean, it would be, Nickelback would be one of those groups.
So he's more of a Nickelback fan than he's letting on right now.
No, I think what he said was they don't deserve the amount of crap that they get.
Yes, it's a good, rock band, and they have some tunes. Like they got some chart toppers. I am not a Nickelback guy, as we see in the call screen here. I'm sure Nate's texting that in, negative Nate. However, they do have some tunes.
All right.
There's
somewhere on YouTube where they put every one of their tracks on a multi-track, and they all sound the same. If you just like everything is the same. Every song is the exact same. It's like auto-tuned. All right, we were talking about the Eagles and AJ Brown and a trade. Adam Schefter yesterday was talking about Dallas Goedert's future. Where could he possibly go? Listen.
Tight end salaries have gone up. I think he'll do pretty well. It's interesting. Last year, they were trying to trade Dallas Goedert. It felt like he could have been had. Didn't seem like there was a lot of interest. I think there'll be decent interest in Dallas Goedert. I don't know what the price will be. By the way, I didn't know that about the $20 million cap charge that Jeff McClain reported. If that were true in our Washington or the Giants or the Cowboys, I'd be signing Dallas Goedert right as soon as free agency opens.
Does Dallas need a tight end?
That is just tough, man.
Washington?
That is tough.
Zach Ertz is leaving, so they probably need a tight end.
Actually, we keep with the trend, right? Retread Eagles tight end.
Correct.
In his 30s.
Perfect for them.
And it makes sense for those teams. And it's funny because then you have to bring it back to us. And it's like, wouldn't you rather have Dallas Goedert than the unknown? I guess.
So Njoku is rumored to be a guy that the Eagles are interested in if Dallas Goedert leaves. Isn't he making around the same money as Goedert? I was
going to say.
Maybe not as much. Honestly, he might be a better pass-catching option. He's been in Cleveland for so long. Who knows how good he really is?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if you're gonna spend $10+ million on the tight end. I think they're worried about the injury stuff. They're not stupid. There's a reason why they were, hey, go find a trade or come back at a lesser contract, and they won. There wasn't a market for him out there. There'll be a market for him this year. There's not going to be a crazy market. So I think if he's back, it's because the market's soft on him.
Yeah, I think there is, honestly, I do believe there is a awareness more than ever as far as blocking is concerned. And I think that's what you really need a little bit more of with Mannion and his system, somebody that can do it both. Those guys don't grow on trees at the high level as catching, but blocking. It's like you need a little bit more when it comes to run blocking from your tight end position. So I don't know if Njoku fits that bill. I do know what you said. As far as the price is concerned, he's got to be one of the top dogs in free agency. So, if we're talking about going to get Njoku and letting go Dallas and spending that same capital, I don't know if I'd sign off on that.
All right, we have a voice memo from this A.J. Brown conversation, Ray. 610-632-0975. If you don't want to call, you can send us a voice text. Here you go.
John, you're crazy. The reason why they're saying the price is too high is because they really don't want to trade him. I'm not trading A.J. Brown for anything less than a first and another pick. If you said, like you said, by next Wednesday, no, the price does not come down. The price is the price, and that's it. You don't want to pay the price, you don't get A.J. Brown. It's simple as that.
Okay. I mean, I think that's more than a fair take. I don't believe the Eagles share that take. Not giving him up for just a third-round draft pick or a second-round draft pick, and that's it. Howie knows how to play the market. He knows how to negotiate. This is the negotiation. I do not believe they're setting the price that high because that's the price they're set, and they're not moving from that. Howie is willing to negotiate.
Yeah, this is how it works, right? And it's still early. I know that we all have been discussing this for a long time. I get it. But in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the schedule in the NFL, with when you're able to do the signing of the contract, the franchise tag, and, of course, after the combine, like literally that's real. I would imagine a lot of discussion takes place up there in Indy about what's real and what's not, connecting the dots with general managers and everybody alike. And then now it's like, okay, I had 3 guys interested. We were up at Indy. Let's see if we can connect the dots there and make something happen over these next 2 weeks. That's my take.
Ray, 2nd, 4th, A.J. Brown.
No.
40th overall, the Kansas City Chiefs, 40th overall in our 4th-round pick.
Nope.
Which is a conditional third if he has 1,200 yards receiving next year. So a second, because he's getting 1,200 yards if he's healthy with the Chiefs.
Right.
Conditional fourth that turns into a third. Second in a conditional.
Doesn't move me. With that late first-round pick, I get the extra year. I get that 5th-year option on the guy. It's
true.
You're building out that roster spot for how many years at this point?
Okay.
I'm going to need the young talent.
Let me call Buffalo. Buffalo's not giving a first-round pick either. Second, conditional fourth.
Hey, AJ, you said you love Philly, right?
Yeah, I was
really going to love Philly.
That's one of the things going through my mind is like, can you be anti as far as like if you are make the case against the Eagles? Like, yeah, you know what? You think AJ's a top receiver, but guess what? Devontae had more yards than him. All right, Howie? Guess what? He wasn't even in top 20 as far as yards receiving last year. You think your boy is really that good? He doesn't want to be there, Howie. I'm not giving you a first-round pick. Maybe I'll give you a 5th. Like, can you be on the other side of that conversation? It's a little rich. That's a little tough.
I need some smoke from other places. I need more because now you're starting to get
Cali. That's where you want to go.
Garofalo
really good stuff in
says
California.
Garofalo says in his cut, well, yeah, the Eagles are getting trade offers. That's what's and Mike's a great reporter. That's what Howie's probably telling him. Is, yeah, we're getting offers because, of course, there's teams that are interested in him. I totally believe that. But now I need to hear the next level, which is, yeah, the Bills are really interested. Even if it's a fake leak to try to get the Chiefs going or whatever, I need something to put out there. Can you report that the Bills are really interested?
I could put something out there. Yeah, I could come.
Can you tweet it out? Can you reveal your sources later on TV?
No. Yes, I can do that.
All right.
Somebody from the A.J. Brown camp called me.
Well, Shredder retired from Channel 29, so we can't text Shredder to see if we can get on.
Shred, 40 years. What a run.
You know what? Let's try Shred for tomorrow. Tom Shreddentrek, the long time producer of Channel 29 Sports.
Man behind the scenes a lot.
And he actually did radio. He did sports radio from time to time. I remember the Shredder. Absolutely.
Get out of here.
Yep.
There's a lot that I didn't know about him, but a great dude, heavy Penn State fan, and would call me up to catch a beer whenever he's in Conshohocken.
And I'm not going to hold the Penn State thing against him.
No, but he's a diehard.
Yeah.
But great dude and really, really cared about his job. And that's why Fox 29 was damn good at what they did.
Absolutely. All right, I'm actually, so my guy Sal Capaccio, who covers the Bills for their flagship up there, WGR, I'm going to text him right now to see if I can stir the pot and say, hey, Sal, what are you hearing? Think the Bills are in on A.J. Brown? And I'll see what he says, all right? 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Phone line, text line, voice text. Coming up next, speaking of the divisional rivals, the Cowboys. James Palmer yesterday told us to keep an eye on the boys. Doesn't it make sense? Hey, the Eagles are really successful. Why not poach their players? We just poached one of their coaches. Could you see a couple Eagles going to Dallas in free agency? Say it isn't so. We'll discuss coming up next. Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Price too high? I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. A.J. Brown watch continues. Latest reports saying the Eagles are listening. No one yet matching that asking price that they have, which is pretty high right now. James Palmer came on our show yesterday to talk about all things Eagles, including A.J. Brown, and said these teams don't want to give up a first-round pick.
I think those teams are all holding, trying not to give up a first-round pick for A.J. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged.
We'll see what happens with A.J. Brown. We'll keep you updated with everything going on with the Birds off season as we sit less than a week away from NFL free agency. Sixers stuck by the Jazz last night, 106-102. Jabari Walker had 22 points, 10 rebounds. They were without Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe, and Kelly Oubre in the win. They've got the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta on Saturday night. Birthplace of America lost to Team Canada yesterday in spring training action. That's right, the Phillies dropped a game to Team Canada yesterday. Aaron Nola going 3 scoreless innings, and Alec Boehm hit a home run in the loss. This update brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Vesterdine tires from Tire Rack. Vesterdine tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
No. This is from what, Spider-Man or?
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
No, so to your point, their sound is good. It's just that they're Nickelback, and now it's taken on a life of its own.
Somebody said something one time, and it, like you said, took on a life of its own because this is what they hear. There's a video from this lead singer. His name is Chad. He's in a Vegas casino, and somebody goes like, dude, you're the lead singer of Nickelback. Like, what are you doing? He's just standing there, and, like, he was cool, and the guy was like, will you sing? Will you sing? Like, I don't know what's real.
This is how you remind me.
He literally sang it in the bar. Like, dude was cool. They get a bad rap.
Well, he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, that's true. No, How You Remind Me is a good tune. Rockstar is a good tune. They got some good. Like I said, I'm not going to make the case. I guess I am to a
You're
point.
making the
I'm
You're making the case. So, real quick, we'll get back into the Eagles real quick. So, when I first started working with Mike, April 2008, he gives me this long list of music. You know, Mike likes his rock music, his alt music. Very good taste in music, Mike. Right? So he's like, get me all these bumps to come back from break with. So I'm going through it or whatever, and I see, and he's got Nickelback, How You Remind Me.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to him, I said, listen, Mike, I'm just going to do you a favor. I'm not going to put that one on the list. He's like, why? That song rocks. And I'm like, yeah. I'm not going to, it's not going to do that one.
Good work by you.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is how.
Yeah. Maybe can we do it? All right. Voice memo news at noon with a parody for Ray's News at Noon to This Is How You Remind Me. News at noon with Ray Dunn. I'm already here.
I like that.
News at noon with Ray Dunn. I'm already here.
He's got the parody in him.
He does.
Like, this is what you're good at, the parody songs.
How many Weird Al albums did you buy?
Good pull by you on that.
I had the wrestling album where they all did the songs.
Yes, I remember that.
I still have it. I still have the actual album. That's I never had a Weird Al album, although I'm a fan.
Yeah, Eat It. That was a strong one. Amish Paradise.
We did this. We did this. We went over some
Weird Al songs.
We did. Amish Paradise. We played. Yeah,
he's actually still touring and he's doing really well. He's coming to the.
He's in Boston.
He's coming to the Borgata this summer. Tickets start at $114. Weird Al's laughing to the bank.
Can we send Negative Nate down to do a Stuttering John type interview with him?
How old do you think Weird Al is?
71.
66.
Okay.
Wow. 66?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. Well, he's a young man when he was doing Fat. But if you think about it, it's 40-some years ago.
Party in the CIA.
Yeah.
That's a new cut from 11. I don't even know if I know that one.
I'm sure he makes new music.
Eat It and Fat. Fat was
that's
a great right.
One.
Fat, yes.
And that was when music videos were the rage.
And he was able to get away with that from the Michael Jackson stealing,
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, so yesterday, man, James Palmer really gave us a lot to chew on yesterday, right? So at the end of the interview, Sean, I say, all right, we covered everything. Is there anything else I'm missing, or is there something that maybe we haven't talked about that as Eagles fans we should be considering or looking at? And here's what James Palmer said.
I think you should keep an eye on any Eagle becoming a Dallas Cowboy, whether that's Nakobe Dean, whether that is Phillips, whether that's, there's certain players on that defense that Christian Parker thought the world of, to my understanding. And I know Dallas is really just 100% focused on that side of the ball right now. I honestly, from my understanding, would not rule them out for Max Crosby. I really wouldn't. They have 2 first-round picks.
Yep. Yeah, they've been rumored by a couple of the different insiders. They want to make a splash on defense. And it seems like that they're more willing to spend money this offseason than in previous offseasons. Now, they'll end up screwing it up. But if they hire Christian Parker, he's a young defensive coordinator. He's kind of the anti of everybody they've ever hired, right? They like the experienced former head coaches, bring those guys in. They bring in this young, bright mind, and they poach them from the Eagles and the Vic Fangio tree. You know what happens when coaches leave? They like to bring guys that they know that they have a relationship with so they can come in and set their culture. And that's something with Nakobe Dean, who's probably not going to cost a ton of money, with a Reed Blankenship, a Max Crosby who gives you everything you want across the board, and Dallas Goedert's now being mentioned as a potential Dallas Cowboy. Man, I'll be sick to my stomach if they sign a bunch of Eagles.
Yeah, look, they were bad defensively as far as stats are concerned, but the move that they made where they were able to get Williams, he was a big difference maker for them from the Jets, once they acquired him as far as going up against and stopping the run. They have some pieces on that defensive side of the ball, but as you pointed out, if they get a guy like Nakobe Dean, I think the world of him. He is somebody that is moving into his own, too, as well, like his style of play. If he could stay healthy, Nakobe Dean, I could see him being one of the better inside linebackers in the league. I really do believe that. But we'll see what happens. It's always easier when you get some help on the outside. But seeing any of these guys end up with the Eagle or with the Cowboys, it makes sense because of Parker and the connection.
No, it does. And with Dean, I think he's severely undervalued, and mostly because of the injuries.
Yeah.
That's why I think teams will kind of look at him and be like, All right. Because you know what he showed me over the last 2 years? Dude can play, man.
He's a little undersized for some people out there, maybe like defense coordinators around the league. But, man, like you said, he balled. When he had an opportunity, he made his presence felt, and he was tackling for losses. Good coverage guy.
I saw, it might have been ESPN.com, called him the best blitzing linebacker in the league. And that's obviously not an edge rusher. You're talking about blitzing from the traditional, he's a drop-back linebacker. But think about what he did last year with the Eagles. Man, he was getting in there. He was blowing running plays up in the backfield. It's going to hurt to lose him. I know they're going to lose him. It's kind of like Ranger Suarez light, where you knew you knew that he was going to leave. You didn't want him to leave, but like you got to almost be like, thanks, man. It was great having you here.
But the Red Sox kind of like takes the sting away.
A little bit.
Any one of these Eagles players that has success in this uniform end up with the Cowboys. That's really going to sting.
Yep.
No one wants to see that.
No. And even the Red Sox, kind of because they're the Red Sox, you're kind of like, eh.
Are you icky? Does it make you icky?
Little icky.
Okay.
But it's not a National League team.
Yeah.
Braves. If you went to the Mets, forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be miserable.
Bo Bichette. How about him?
He's a good-looking DH,
We're
man.
stirring it up, baby. I like it.
Yeah.
We're going to have some juice down there at the ball yard.
All right, Ray, we have some voice memos here. Let's do one. This is what you do, 610-632-0975. Instead of calling, you can text the text line, or you can give us a voice text at 610-632-0975 like this.
Hey, guys. Instead of trading A.J. Brown for a garbage package, I got an idea. How about we throw him the goddamn ball?
Hey, now.
All right.
They did. They threw him a lot. They threw him a lot last year. And, look, the garbage package to the voice texter, I would just say this, right? Like, you have to replace some holes. And we talk about the wide receiver position, right? Like, you need somebody that's in the slot. You need potentially, I'm going to buy that Dallas Goedert will be gone. So you need to go ahead and figure that out. Like, there are plenty of holes, and you're not going to be able to sign everybody via free agency. So how else do you do it? Draft. Like, I don't look at these picks as garbage. Second and fourth round, they're not. That's not garbage. I get it. We're seduced by the big bouncing ball, and we want that first round pick. That's not how it works.
No, and by the way, the Eagles have done significantly well in the second round.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Cooper DeJean, Shane McCoy, Deshaun Jackson. Who else am I missing? Let's not. A second round draft pick is not garbage. Now I know I want a first round draft pick too. I do. There has to be a first round draft pick out there via trade, and you always say trust Howie. I trust Howie and his negotiating skills and know where value is and everything else. So he'll figure it out. It's a matter of what are you willing to take? Like what is that offer you say, you know what? I'm not taking anything less than this, and I'll walk away, because it's true that it doesn't feel like AJ is going to make it a problem, at least right now, if you don't trade him. But it doesn't mean it doesn't become a problem during the season.
Yeah. Some great second round picks. Jalen Hurts. Does that ring a bell? Cam Jurgens. How about, it didn't hit me till I'm just seeing this list right now. Zach Ertz was a second round pick. Shout out Chip Kelly. Fantastic first-year draft by Chip Kelly with Lane and, of course, Zach Ertz there. But you also had some duds. Reggie Brown out of Georgia. That was a bad one.
Jaquan Jarrett from, right?
Temple.
Yeah. Trevor Laws wasn't all that good, right? He was out of Notre Dame. Nate Allen. Let's see here. Dallas Goedert was a second-round pick.
Yep. Yeah, you're talking about all franchise players. Is Deshaun Jackson an all-time franchise player?
Absolutely.
Jalen Hurts certainly is.
100%.
Zach Ertz certainly is. Yeah, so let's not talk about garbage picks.
Makuba last year is an intriguing one. We'll find out more this year.
We'll see.
I like him. I'm a Makuba guy.
All right, Ray, give us another one. What do we got?
Name is George, plumber from New Jersey.
Nice.
I would take for A.J. Brown 2 number 2s and a either 4th or 5th round conditional. That would be fair. Again, he's not in the top 20 anymore, so people can use that, but I think 2 number 2s and either 4th or 5th would be fair.
Yeah, you're not getting 2 number 2s, and he's absolutely a top 20 wide receiver.
I just want to say this. We need to show this has got to be implemented. When you do voice text, you got to tell us your occupation. Like he dropped, he's a plumber. I think that's fantastic. George Plumber.
George the plumber.
Yeah, like this is what we need. Yeah. So when you do a voice
hey, it's George the plumber again. Exactly. That's awesome.
Yes, that was great.
Did we leave it as optional? The occupation?
Yeah,
I strongly recommended.
I agree.
Strongly recommend.
Strongly recommended. We're not going to force you to say.
Well, it's like black tie preferred when you get the wedding invitation. They want you to wear a tux, but if you
Sure.
show up in a suit, they're not going to tell you can't come in.
Come in.
All right, occupation preferred.
Yes. That was great. That was smooth. I like the voice memos, man. This is what happens when I take a day off. I can't be taking more days off here. You guys are cruising. This is good.
Yeah.
I like it.
There you go. All right.
George the plumber.
George the
checking
plumber.
in.
So I don't think 2 2s is realistic. Because if a team's not going to offer a 1, 2 2s is more than a 1.
Yeah.
He said 2 2s and a fourth. 2 2 and a fourth. Yeah, Ray, a second, you give me a 5th round pick, I give you a 3rd round pick.
Man, I'm giving you A.J. Brown, you greedy SOB. Let me be.
By the way, and George the plumber said that he's not a top 20 wide receiver anymore. After this season, after this next season with a new team, no one's going to say he's not a top 20 wide receiver. Right? People may have said, well, I don't think they said that after the Titans traded him. But after a down year, and he's still at 1,000 yards, he's still a top 20 receiver. Maybe not statistically. I don't know if he's statistically with yards in the top 20. Anybody in the NFL, any GM in the NFL looks at him as being a top 20 receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fantastic. So I just look at the fact that you go ahead and add him into your offense, and you're instantly adding just a target machine, somebody that catches all those eyeballs. And whether he's having an impact on the box score or not, he is 100% going to have a drastic impact on the game plan. So defensively, all eyes are on him majority of the time. So he's worth every bit of a first round. Like, there's no way. Like I said it to you earlier, I'm going to stick to the script on this. If I am the general manager from the Bills, Chiefs, Patriots, Ravens, I'm not losing out on the A.J. Brown sweepstakes. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know how they. So I was listening to Albert Breer this morning, who was doing a hit up on the Sports Hub, and they were talking about A.J. Brown. And one of the things that he said was that Howie Roseman recognizes when teams are in kind of a desperate need for a player. And oftentimes he will try to sell that general manager to, like, hey, listen. Like, for example, the Rams. The Rams trade all of those draft picks, and I know that Les Snead, their GM, his philosophy is F them picks.
That's right.
But he's trying to win right now, and the window is right now. So if Matt Stafford's coming back for one more year, you try to improve your defense, F them picks. So the Bills just fired their coach. They fired McDermott. They brought in a new coach. But that GM knows that his job's on the line if they don't get over the top. So what do if you're Howie? We love AJ. We're not going to trade AJ just for nothing, but doesn't this make sense for both sides? And it does.
Oh, yeah.
AJ's not happy. It's time to move on. You give Josh Allen, AJ Brown on that already really good offense with a good running back and that quarterback. Man, they haven't been to a Super Bowl with Josh Allen. Think about that. They haven't been to a Super Bowl with Josh Allen. At some point, Josh Allen says, you know what? It ain't going to happen here. I got to leave.
That general manager, what's his name? Brandon Bean, I believe his name is.
Brandon Bean.
Yeah, he's a weasel. Did you see, like, when it was at the combine and he was like, oh, that firing McDermott was not my choice. That was a 100% ownership. Like,
but what did he do after the firing? He can't. Him and the owner was talking bad about McDermott, and so that whole thing was weird.
yeah, it was.
Whole
And the
thing.
owner
Terry
was
Pegula.
a little over the top from the owner perspective, but I get it. It is what it is. He said he walked into the locker room and they were crying, and that was one of the reasons why he fired them.
Right.
Good grief.
All right. So let me ask you this. Let's pivot away from the Eagles for a second.
Okay.
So there's a lot of, some years in the free agency market or via trade, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that are available. Normally, there's not any quarterbacks that are really available, right? Well, this year, there are some quarterbacks available, right? So you have Kyler Murray, Tua, Malik Willis, J.J. McCarthy, it seems like, that the Vikings don't even really want anymore. Aaron Rodgers. Let me ask you this. If Jalen Hurts retired tomorrow, would you say, you know what, I want Kyler Murray to be the quarterback? Because the Cardinals are going to cut him. So the team's just going to have to give him the minimum. It's kind of like with Russell Wilson, how Pittsburgh signed him. No one's going to have to pay him. Would you make Kyler Murray the starting quarterback for your team going forward? I think it would be a great signing for any of these teams. In particular, the Vikings. The dude can play. It's just that he's small. He's had injury issues. And he's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah. There's a little bit of an unknown. He's got 87 career starts. He'll be 29 years old next season. There's a little unknown with them. We know he was number 1 overall pick. We know his strengths. We know his weaknesses. But all in all, he was with the Arizona Cardinals, and that is a team that seems like they've been looking for an identity over the years, a coach that could stay. I would look at Kyler Murray at the right spot. If the Eagles had to make a move and bring him in, Jalen Hurts retires, I wouldn't hate it. Let's just put it that way. But, for the people that are trying to sell him from Minnesota, I'm like, man, really?
Or J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy stinks.
Go get Aaron Rodgers. If you're Minnesota.
I would rather have Kyler Murray. Aaron Rodgers right now is a game manager at best.
Yes.
I'd take him over J.J. McCarthy.
Well, that means if you bring Kyler Murray in, that means J.J. McCarthy is done.
Correct.
All right.
Well, it means he's not the starter.
Well, you just spent some serious draft capital. Was he a top 10 pick? It was early first round. That was a serious draft capital.
But if you don't think he can play, you don't think he can play.
Man, then why the hell did you draft him?
Ray? Kyler Murray?
I'm good. Thanks, though.
All right, Tua.
Hell no.
And forget about the Eagles, and let's just look in general. Tua's available. Do you get him?
No.
I'm good. Thanks, though.
Tua had everything for him down in Miami, right? Like that offensive system got the ball out of his hands fast, and they threw the ball down the field. Tua had some moments, but man, he is flawed. I want nothing to do with it.
He also seems to be at odds with every coach that he because obviously Brian Flores and him had issues, and Flores is really a real hardo, but also McDaniel. All right, well, what about if he went to San Francisco as a backup and get Darnold goes to San Francisco as a backup and relearns everything?
For you mean Tua?
For Tua, yeah.
Tua to San Francisco, I think that'd be smart for him. Yeah, that would be smart.
All right, Malik Willis,
everybody's really high on Malik Willis. And this is surprising because when he was drafted, I didn't agree with the draft pick. He's been around the block. Of course, he's proven his worth with Green Bay, and now he's going to get a nice little contract here. Dan Orlovsky claims it's going to be a really big payday. I don't, but I think he is a good quarterback, and I would roll the dice on him.
Justin Fields, maybe 3 years with 30 a year, something like that.
I like Malik Willis, though, and again, I've been betting against him, and he has proven me wrong a few times with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart for the Packers not to try to re-sign him because you'd have a quarterback controversy because some people say he's as good as Jordan Love.
He's getting out of there because he knows there's a clear hierarchy there in Green Bay. He realizes he's playing with the greatest quarterback in Green Bay Packers history right now.
I can't think who would be better. I will give it to you. Jordan Love's probably the best quarterback in Packers history.
I don't even think there's a close second.
I don't.
Huh.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, I think the Steelers need to get Willis. I think that would be smart by them. Just say, okay, it's time to move off of Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers goes to Minnesota because that's the thing.
I'd like to see that.
I'd like to see Rodgers with Minnesota because this way you don't have to give up on J.J. McCarthy. I don't believe in J.J., but I just feel like if you bring in Kyler Murray, that's it. Writing's on the wall. See ya.
Yeah, but I think the writing's already on the wall. But to your point, why not go 1 year with Aaron Rodgers and then you try to rehab McCarthy and then you give him another shot after that or whatever?
Is it not funny to anyone else? Rodgers has become the very thing he did not like. He's become Brett Favre.
He's hanging on.
This is exactly who he is.
Last year at this time,
on mushrooms,
Adam Schefter was trying to say that, Aaron Rodgers may not play this year. And my head exploded so many times where I'm like, that's what they're telling you because that's what they want you to say. At the time, he was trying to leverage his way to Minnesota, and apparently their head coach wanted him, but the GM didn't, and that's what overruled him.
And that GM got.
Right. But there was a 0% chance that Rodgers wasn't playing last year. There is a 0% chance he's not playing this year.
I agree.
He is 100%. He's not going to. He wouldn't have played for the Giants.
No.
But he's going to get a spot where he goes that's a playoff type team.
Played well at times. I know he's getting a bad rap.
No, he was fine last year.
Partly his issue. He had a great hit yesterday. I know it's coming up news at noon. That hit yesterday was fantastic.
A surprise interview with
They
Pat.
did it all. I mean, it was perfect. Everything they hit. It was pretty funny.
Pat looks pretty handsome with his face shaved when he's got the clean-shaven look.
Yeah. He was talking about the stuff because they were going back and forth about staying in shape, and then he got into
peptides.
Peptides. There you go.
Yeah, but why is he staying in shape?
Peptides.
Rodgers, well, that was McAfee's angle, and Rodgers kind of was like, yeah, man, I'm old. It's like, you can't take as many weeks off as I once did.
No. Why is he staying in shape?
Because he's playing next
Mushrooms.
No. Why
no,
does he's staying in
trying
shape?
to. So are you saying that he's on PEDs?
Why is he staying in shape, Ray?
He's staying in shape because he wants his wife to still be interested in
That's
him.
right.
His very real wife.
Who he won't release who it is.
More coming up at News at Noon.
Ooh, I like that.
That's coming up. All right, coming up next. You know the 76ers won last night? Sean was so happy. He was so excited going into the game.
I was actually pulling for the Jazz, no lie.
I know you are. All right, so you know what? Since they won the game, we're going to play the gosh darn song, as we do. And we have a voice memo on the Sixers. And you know what? Like, what a freaking mess the Sixers are. Daryl Morey is the worst. We'll recap the whole Kawhi Leonard rumors from yesterday and everything else. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Talking prices, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Morgenstern Medical. This month at Morgenstern Hair Restoration, they're including a free Alma's Head treatment with your procedure. That's $1,000 value free. Call 610-831-HAIR or visit morgensternhair.com. A.J. Brown watch continues into this week, and we'll see how far it goes into this offseason. Latest reports saying the Eagles listening. No one's yet met the high asking price that Howie Roseman has on the star wide receiver. We spoke to James Palmer yesterday, who said teams don't want to give up a first-round pick.
I think those teams are all trying not to give up a first-round pick for AJ. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged.
We'll see what ends up happening with A.J. Brown. Last night in South Philly, the Sixers snuck by the Jazz 106-102. Jabari Walker with the double-double. They were without Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe, and Kelly Oubre got the victory over the Utah Jazz. And now they head to Atlanta Saturday night to play the Hawks. And the Phillies lost to Team Canada yesterday in spring training action. Alec Boehm did have a homer, and Aaron Nola went 3 scoreless innings. This update's also brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain, shine, drive the comments on Restaurant Tires from Tire Rack. Restaurant Tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The
I got to hear it.
So yesterday, Sean was not working, but he was very active on the group text.
Yes.
During the show.
Yes.
Angry.
Mad.
And at one point, I think he said, I hope they lose tonight.
Yep, I did.
So is that where
I'm like pissed.
Is that where we are right now?
Well, look, it's a game-by-game basis. And we're not alone with this mentality because, last night, John, I'm watching the Oklahoma City Knicks game. Knicks fans are crazy, right? Like, one week they think they can win it all, and the next week they think, blow the team up. So I just want to point that out, right? And the Knicks have a lot going in favor of them. Postseason success, so on and so forth. Where I'm at right now with this franchise as far as the Sixers are concerned, like last night I thought after getting the doors blown off them by the San Antonio Spurs where they were down by 49 and lost by 4. And oh, by the way, first time ever in NBA history losing by 3 games at home by 40-plus points. It's unacceptable. However, it is very acceptable with this franchise, with this ownership, with this general manager. Like, ho-hum. The fact that they lost like they did before the All-Star break to the Knicks, and it was like, it's an All-Star game. Like, we're on to the next one. It's, San Antonio comes to town, and they get absolutely destroyed on a national televised game, and it's like, they were down a couple starters. No, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And last night I felt like, John, that if they did lose to the Jazz, and you bet your ass I was pulling for Utah, like Stockton and Malone, I was pulling for the Jazz. I thought if they would have lost that game, something would have happened, whether Morey would have been gone or Nick Nurse would have been gone. But I don't know who cares anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's tough because the writing's on the wall. It's another year where it's going to end like this, and you don't feel good about it.
No,
you don't. And yesterday during the show, it comes out, Kevin O'Connor, who was a longtime, he's a podcaster / writer / overall NBA expert. Pretty sure he has a good relationship with Daryl Morey. He's kind of in that circle of the podcast / media members that Morey likes and talks to. He comes out with a story that says that the Sixers were in on Kawhi Leonard. It's one of the reasons why they traded McCain. They were trying to get draft capital to go make a deal for Kawhi Leonard at the trade deadline. The Sixers were calling everybody. They were trying to make a move. So, by the way, just to start, if Daryl Morey thought he was getting Kawhi Leonard for a bunch of crappy first-round draft picks, right? Like the Houston draft pick, which is going to be in the 20s, late in the 20s maybe, whatever other draft picks they have, we're not talking about lottery. We're not talking about top 5 picks. We're talking about crappy first-round draft picks and then maybe pick swaps or something like that. I don't know. Guess what? You're nuts. So I think, and I've had a lot of people say the same thing, that this was a save face. Yeah, I'm sure Daryl Morey was trying to make a move, but hey, I'm getting super-duper criticism right now because of the McCain trade, because overall, I saw Brandon Lee Gowton. Let me see if I wrote it down here. Brandon Lee Gowton, this is what he tweeted out, and he's so right. And he's a big Sixers fan, but he's an Eagles writer. He said, the Jared McCain trade was such an obvious unforced error at the time, and the Sixers should feel really embarrassed.
Yeah.
There was no reason they had to trade him.
It's only getting worse every single time he gets out there.
No, he wasn't great last night.
That's fine, but that was a great article because it pointed out first of all, I do want to say this. The Clippers, it made sense because they do have the picks. The Sixers have the Clippers pick, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, Ray, from 2028? So it's
the Harden deal, yeah.
Yes. So there's at least some back and forth there. I could get down with the conversation. It wasn't going anywhere, but this was all about saving face, as you pointed out from Daryl Morey, where it's like, man, you lose to the Celtics the way they did. Writing was on the wall that the Spurs were going to blow them out. We all had that. Here we are. Let me leak something to my boy, Kevin O'Connor, whatever his name, Connor. But in that article, one of the things that really made me mad reading was you put McCain on Oklahoma City and you think about all the great guards that they have, yet McCain has carved out a nice role. And that was the big thing with the Sixers, McCain can't play it because they have so many guards, VJ, Maxey, Quentin Grimes. It's BS, man. What a terrible miscalculation from the 76ers front office. They got underneath the luxury tax. Oh, by the way, something that was written about in an article, only one time since Morey's been here or since Josh Harris has owned the team, they've gone into the luxury tax, something to take note of. But all in all, this team got worse at the trade deadline when
Not
they needed to improve.
Yep.
And you got Joel Embiid out there who's trying. You got Maxey, who I feel for. You got a really good star in VJ Edgecombe. But Nick Nurse, I've had enough of.
Me too.
Morey, dude, time for something new.
Ray, they could have used that guard last night, couldn't they?
Oh, just a bit. Yeah, just a bit. I watched Coach Lowry get some minutes last night.
Inexcusable.
Yeah.
You knew it was happening.
Oh, I knew it was happening. It was one of those things that I'll be able to say years from now. I was able to watch Kyle Lowry in the year 2026. I'm
Tell your
grateful.
kids.
My grandchildren won't get tired of hearing that story.
Coach Lowry.
All right, we have some phone calls and some voice texts. Let's go to Keith and Sharon Hill on the Sixers. Keith, what do you got, buddy?
Yo, what's up? Where you guys at?
I'm here.
I'm right here.
Where you at?
Yeah,
I'm back. I'm back, baby. I was in the hospital, but I'm back.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good now, man. I'm had a little scared, but we can talk off air about everything. But,
Okay. All right.
Take care of
yourself.
yourself.
Talk about the Sixers. You guys got the Bum Brothers out there on the court, and y'all think you can do something with the Bum Brothers. You know who the Bum Brothers are?
Who?
I'm scared to ask.
A bum boner, and I'm a bum drumming. Okay? I literally saw a dumb boner bounce off Josh Hart trying to get a rebound. Like, really? You don't weigh enough. These guys don't get enough rebounds. They don't have nobody to grab a rebound. I don't understand how you have a team that has nobody who can get a rebound. Just one.
Well, Drummond normally is a big rebounding guy, but like you had said with Bona, he's more of a shot blocker, and he's not a guy that's gonna be in the paint and be able to kind of he is what he is. He's a role player.
Yeah,
he's a bench player.
Yeah, he wasn't meant to be getting the minutes that he's getting, and of course everything goes back to Joel Embiid, and that's the issue, Keith.
Right.
Yeah, but Embiid can't do it by himself.
Well, he can't do it at all if he's not out there.
And that's another point. I mean, I don't know. You guys talking about getting rid of Daryl Morey now, too? I mean, I see it coming, but that's, wow. Unbelievable. I didn't think that the Sixers would be going through any of this like they're going through.
Keith, you remember what took place last year, right? It was bad. It was really bad, to the point that no one wanted to even watch them. All right, well, this year, they got
This is very,
they're
very
a 6 seed. Cool. All right. But guess what? If they continue to go do what they've been doing this past 2 weeks,
Not going to be a
I don't think they'll be a 6 seed. I think this is a play-in team, and then what are we talking about? Like, enough is
My son
enough.
just talked about that this morning. I told him that, too. This morning, I said, son, the guys might not be in the play-in. I mean, what are you guys going to do? I mean, let's change that. What's up with knockout? I mean, what's going on? We in or what?
Oh, Keith wants to be in the knockout tournament. All right, so listen, Keith. Later on today, Ray, what time did we decide?
1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock today, we are going to put a Sixer in an envelope. So everybody out there will get a chance to win 2 tickets to the game and 1 spot in our knockout tournament. Keith and Sharon Hill, I guarantee you this, you will be strongly considered regardless because we have a spot and tickets every day leading up to the game on the 25th of March. So we have weeks. Weeks of
Keith
chances.
and I hung out at last year's
25th.
Really?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Keith's a regular caller to the show.
Yeah, man. I hope he's feeling a little bit better, man. You got to take care of yourself, especially as we get a little older.
All right, so we have another voice text on the 76ers. Let's hear it.
Why do you kill the Sixers for this past trade deadline? What did you want them to do? No matter who they got, they weren't winning a thing this year. Okay?
Yeah, I didn't want them to trade away a young player that has, I think, huge upside and can be a part of the future and help you this year, too. You want to make them worse? Because if you're looking to tank and get out of the playoffs, okay, then trade everybody away. But they traded a young player that was the odds-on favorite to win the Rookie of the Year before he got injured. You traded him away for 1 first-round draft pick that's going to be in the 20s and 3 second-round draft picks. And you did nothing with that and made no other trades. And that's the point. Even if you don't believe they could win a championship with this year, which I don't think anybody really did other than Sean. By the way, they won last night. How you feeling today? Huh?
They're not contenders for the East.
Oh,
no.
Is that breaking news?
Yeah, no. Not buying it.
Not buying it.
You don't know basketball.
Literally. That Houston Rocket win was the worst thing possible for my mind, for this franchise, for this city. Maybe a lot of people didn't buy it like I did, but that win really made me feel a little something different. And now here we are. And look, I reserve the right. It's fluid. The season continues to roll on here. All right, I reserve the right to change my mind.
I know.
But yesterday, when you watch the New York Knicks and Oklahoma City go toe-to-toe, and the Knicks are flawed, it's just like the Sixers aren't even close to what the Knicks are.
Nope. No, not even close. You're right.
So more on that the guy that with his voice memo. First of all, we got to get the occupation, please, if you wouldn't mind.
And your name.
And your name. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, that was Steve from New Jersey.
Thank you, Steve. He
Is,
said,
is that getting cut off, the Steve in New Jersey?
No, we have it on the text line.
Gotcha.
He didn't say it in the
Gotcha.
voice memo.
what do you think his occupation, if you had to guess? He seemed angry.
Sales.
Okay, so he said sales wasn't really hitting his quota this month, so he's really frustrated. That's fine. I get it. I would just tell you this much. From what we saw at the trade deadline, I think it set a record for the most moves ever made at an NBA trade deadline. I believe that's a feel fact. Ray will run with it. Also, what we know about Daryl Morey, he's aggressive. It was lackluster, and I'm not in that position. I'm not in these conversations. But do something, improve your team.
I'm BLG said I'm so they should be so embarrassed that they traded away McCain for a draft pick, for a bunch of draft picks.
Charles Barkley said it on national TV.
Oh my God!
You see it written everywhere, and that's why this got leaked. Oh, they were going after Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, okay,
but they just couldn't get him. He has egg on his face right now. He does. The whole organization does. Josh Harris does. When Joel Embiid comes out preemptively the week before and says, hey, we've been ducking the luxury tax, and then you trade away McCain, of course that's going to deflate the team. Man, just when you don't think the Sixers could get any worse.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, at what point does this stop?
Yep. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. And I was pulling for the Jazz because I felt like if they did lose last night, something would have changed. And they did about as good a job as possible to lose that game. I feel for Maxey. I won't lie.
Needed late free throws from Quentin Grimes. The game was tied.
They were down.
I know they were
down.
Yes, it was unbelievable. No, when they were down, I'm with you. I was like, this would be so great if they lost. Am I a bad fan for thinking that?
No. A lot of
I'm a bad fan?
No.
Yeah,
I disagree. A lot of Sixers fans were thinking the same thing.
So text line, and this doesn't have to be a voice memo. How many people watching the game last night when they went down in the fourth quarter was thinking, you know what, I hope they lose? I was.
How was the audience? How was the crowd? Were they booing last night?
Restless crowd. Sparse crowd.
Yeah, I can imagine.
For the Jazz? Tickets were as low as $7.
Yeah. All right, coming up, 610-632-0975, phone line, text line, voice text. Johan Rojas reportedly is getting suspended, but don't tell Rob Thompson that. He ain't having it. Also, what did Bo Bichette say about Phillies fans? Wait till you hear this. That's coming up next, Middays with Marks, 97.5.
The Sixers are in.
We were speculating, could A.J. Brown be headed to Buffalo? He is not. As according to Adam Schefter, the Bills have acquired Chicago Bears wide receiver DJ Moore for an undisclosed bounty, which I can't imagine is a lot. He's due a big cap number. He did not have a great year last year. Maybe I would say a fourth-round pick that's maybe turns into a 3 or something like that. But DJ Moore to the Bills, according to Adam Schefter, that eliminates one potential place for A.J. Brown.
Does it?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, could they be getting 2 wide receivers and like they're giving up a 4th-round draft pick and a 1st-round draft pick? Seems like no.
Yeah.
That this is what they're doing to try to solve their issues on, and then maybe they draft somebody. That did not work the last time that they used. Was it Keon Coleman? Was that his name?
Keon Coleman, correct.
And they'll be the first to tell you it didn't work out with Keon Coleman.
But they still are, like Joe Brady came in and said we still believe in him. But
Joe Brady said to him that it is the best thing for him that he is now the head coach. He was the OC. He was the guy that, like, what when you say that to him, are you not thinking the connection? It's just funny. I don't know. Sorry. I'm stuck in my Buffalo mind right here. But they are getting a new stadium. I did point that out.
And I was just texting with Sal Capaccio, he's on the broadcast. He's the sideline reporter for the broadcast, and he's on their flagship station, WGR. I texted him. I said, "You hearing anything?" And he said nothing. He's like, "I'm not hearing anything. What about you?" And I said, "Nothing specific with the Bills, but I do believe AJ's getting traded." Well, it seems like they got their wide receiver. So that's one less potential place for A.J. Brown to go. And the whole thing with this is you need multiple teams that are interested in A.J. to make sure that price is where you want it.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought the Bills would have been perfect. Like honestly, that's a coward trade for the Bills. That's a coward trade for the Bills. You're going to get DJ Moore? Okay, that's a nice piece if you have A.J. Brown already there. Like, what are you trying to do? Lose in the second round of the playoffs again, Buffalo?
I'm just asking a question out loud. It's what we do. It's what I do from time to time. Is it possible that AJ and his representation said, don't want to go to Buffalo? Not really interested in going to Buffalo?
Good point.
Here are the teams that I would like to go play for. Buffalo is not one of them.
Yeah.
And the agent lets that be known, and here we are.
Yeah, because he was shopping around it. The agent was shopping AJ around and agreed. If AJ says, yeah, I don't really want to go to Buffalo, then
ain't nothing doing Buffalo.
They're not going to give up a first-round draft pick to set, even with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And maybe AJ wouldn't. Yeah, Buffalo's not for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So could potentially be.
Ray?
I mean, if you want to change the scenery and you want to be a part of a big passing offense, are we all of a sudden here like Buffalo's out? Like, listen, you can't have everything you want. Either you get the quarterback you want to play with, the passing offense you want, or you get the city you want to live in. You don't get everything in this life.
According to who? According to Ray? With all love and respect, you're a shining star, but you ain't A.J. Brown, right?
For sure.
A.J. Brown can.
All right, so listen. I can get you the morning show job up in Buffalo on WGR, and they just went FM. Ooh. They used to be just on the AM. I think it was 660. They just went FM in the last couple weeks.
Ooh.
All right.
There's not a lot of AM sports radio stations left. We were the second FM sports radio station in America.
Who was the first?
The Sports Hub up in Boston.
They beat us back in the day?
That was the model of doing it, yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, because they were BCN. They were a rock station, and they made the switch. And when they made the switch, that because the 97.5 was talked about, it was like I don't know, today's music, like Now FM or something. And they were being talked about as being an FM talk station because this was during the time when post-Stern, where it was like, oh, free FM talk.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of conversations about 97.5 turning into an FM talk station. The Sports Hub went sports, and that's when it's like, man, could we go sports on 97.5? And we did. But anyway.
It changed everything.
I can get you the morning show gig up in Buffalo. You're the lead host with some boring freaking white guy. I can get you that job. Are you in?
I didn't say I wanted out. When did I become A.J. Brown here?
AJ didn't say you wanted out.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Have I been leaking this over? Does Crossing Broad have a story coming out?
Tell you what.
Kincade, I didn't say anything.
So that's a no.
No, I'm good.
Being that close to Toronto would be fun. I've never been to Toronto, but I imagine that'd be cool. Other than that, what
wouldn't be cool?
Living in Buffalo.
Everything else.
Yeah, everything else.
Yeah, I had a friend that just came back from Buffalo. She hated it.
Yeah.
And this is
she
like,
didn't hate it, but
this isn't
like
even
the
a shot at Buffalo because they're good fans and everything else
Yeah.
there. But
It's well documented.
So my buddy Bob Fesco, who does morning radio in Kansas City, texted him and said, "What are you hearing?" And he said, AJ seems like the type of player that fits exactly what they want to do. If they can get a contract worked out and bring him in here, I bet they would. They don't shy away from bringing in anybody. Has there ever been a more, like a bigger moment now for Andy Reid with Pat Mahomes to where you're coming off and Mahomes was injured? He got injured after the season was already over. So let's not act like that he got hurt in week 4 and that's the reason why they missed the playoffs. They were bad last year. And that offense wasn't carrying the team. The defense was carrying the team. So now they've gotten draft picks. They've moved off some salary because Steve Spagnuolo feels like he can draft corners. They can have a younger corner or whatever. But to bring in A.J. Brown, right now, what does their offense look like? What does Kansas City's offense look like? Pat Mahomes coming off a major injury.
Yep.
Who's your running back?
That's
the first round draft pick. Maybe there's talk that Jeremiah Love or somebody
Love.
could be their running back.
They're not going to draft another running back in the first round, are they?
That's not an Andy Reid move, but I think you have to kind of mix things up. Who's their wide receivers in Kansas City?
Well,
You have Travis Kelce. He doesn't look cooked. He looks half cooked.
I don't know if they're going to have Rice and what his deal is because his significant other came out or ex-girlfriend came out and said that there was abuse there.
Yeah, you can't. He's the talented player.
He's a head case. Worthy is small, but he
has not been good.
No, you're right. Yeah,
It makes sense.
First thing I thought of when they put that together was the fact that they are getting together draft capital, and I would absolutely make that deal to go get a guy like A.J. Brown to partner him up with Mahomes. No doubt about it.
Bob's out there listening. He says, how much for it? They just, with that trade, they made the 29th pick with the Rams. Doesn't that just seem like it makes sense? It's clean. Like, you didn't have that pick before. You still have a top 10 pick. You still have a bunch of other picks that you got from the Rams. And I think the Eagles say yes.
Hey, Andy, big year for you. You need something to give a little juice out there in Kansas City. Howie, you need this issue taken care of. Let's come to the table. Let's make an agreement. Let's scratch each other's back.
That's part of the deal, too, as well, the communication that they have.
Right.
Absolutely. It's part of it.
All right. Coming up, news at noon. And Ray, I know you have a lot for us coming up today on the news at noon. What do you got?
Oh, so much coming up for you. We're going to get to Bruce Pearl because he's in the headlines these days. We also got Aaron Rodgers, what's going on with his wife that is real, very real, and don't you dare question it. And a good story from Derek Carr.
That's coming up next. News at noon with Ray Dunn. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
More NFL news. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We just got word that the Chicago Bears are sending wide receiver DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills. Why does it matter here in Philadelphia? The Bills were one of the teams that could have been in the running in the A.J. Brown sweepstakes as we await to see where A.J. Brown could go or if he will go anywhere. As the star wide receiver has interest across the league, but the Eagles a high asking price to land him. Spoke to James Palmer yesterday. Here's what he had to say about what teams are looking at right now.
Paparazzi was stock.
That's not at all James Palmer. That's Aaron Rodgers talking about paparazzi. Got to check when you're going to play some audio there. Oh, well. James Palmer, first-round pick, little too pricey for teams right now. The 76ers last night snuck past the Jazz 106-102. Jabari Walker with the double-double. No Joel Embiid, no VJ Edgecombe, no Kelly Oubre. Atlanta Hawks on Saturday night in Atlanta. And the Phillies lost to Team Canada yesterday. Bohm with a home run. Nola went 3 scoreless. This update is brought to you by TireRack.com. Rain or shine, drive with confidence on Bechstein Tires from Tire Rack. Bechstein Tires deliver precision handling, dependable traction, and quiet comfort. Ship fast and free with 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Sean Brace, Ray Dunn, News at Noon coming up here in a second. All right, Ray. The Bills are not interested in the wide receiver anymore. All right? They acquired DJ Moore, according to Adam Schefter. Deal still being finalized. I will trade you A.J. Brown for the 40th overall pick. You're the Kansas City. You're Andy Reid. The 40th pick and then a conditional 4th-round draft pick. That becomes a third if A.J. gets 1,250 yards this year.
You know, Baltimore needs a wide receiver, too.
You know, they haven't been connected at all to this, which either means that they're in or they're just not interested.
You willing to take that chance, Andy?
Let me get back to you. Well, you're Andy. I'm Howie.
Yeah, Ray, I don't know. So, Ray, you are a first-round pick or bust.
First-round pick.
And then you are willing to go.
You're right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I had it backwards.
But
I don't know how. Never mind.
I guess you're willing to deal with the fact that this could blow up in your face, or do you think that AJ is going to be a good teammate and come in and play?
I mean, at this point, like, if you said publicly you love Philadelphia, you know, you don't want to go, and we've said we want to deal you, it has to make sense for us as much as it makes sense for you.
All right, so to Sean's point, and it's a great one.
Thank you.
We seem to be glossing over the fact that A.J. Brown requested a trade during the season last year. And just because the Eagles say everything's fine and they don't have to trade him, doesn't necessarily mean that they believe that. And everything that I'm hearing, what Zach Berman tweeted out, what a lot of people are saying is that they genuinely like A.J. Brown. He's well-liked by everybody in the organization, coaching, front office, cafeteria workers. A.J.'s a good dude, right? Yeah. That can be the case, and also you say, but it's probably in everybody's best interest that he moves on somewhere else. We could bring him back, and we could try to make it work, but if he's requesting another trade in the third week of the season, guess where the season's not going? It's not going back to the Super Bowl. If your star wide receivers is requesting a trade during the season, I don't care what you do, you're not going back to a Super Bowl. That's a risk that you're taking if you bring him back.
Oh, for sure. I'm taking that risk.
I'm taking the risk if I'm getting a 3rd-round draft pick offered. I'm not doing it for a 2nd and a potential 3rd.
Okay.
They just hired 17 offensive analysts.
How about that?
They interviewed 1 million guys, and they were like, we're going to take half of them to build out an offensive staff. They got that many cooks in the kitchen. What do you guys? Guess what? Your job every week is to lay out to A.J. Brown, this is how we're featuring you this week. This is why we value you. You know what, Grizzard? You're not the offensive coordinator, but you are going to be talking to A.J. Brown every single day.
But hang on. I was just told Devontae Smith is going to get 175 catches this year. He's so good.
He is so good.
Okay, well, you're talking about how A.J.'s going to get all the catches. What about Devontae? See, honestly, one of the biggest things for me, and it's all about setting the expectations and you're kind of seeing almost in slow motion where this is going. The whole propaganda, because Palmer brought it up yesterday. Garofalo talked about it. The local people are talking about it. Oh, and, the Eagles think Devontae Smith can turn into a guy that's like Smith and Jigba. He can be a 120-catch guy. What are they telling you? Yeah, this is the reason why we're going to trade A.J. Brown. I don't know.
I mean, like you're saying, with the Devontae Smith stuff that's coming out, obviously they're telling people this because they want everyone to be hyped about Devontae Smith, and they want to make sure that when A.J. Brown gets dealt, everyone's like, you know what, we're fine. Just forget about whoever's on the other side of Devontae Smith. You could bring back Quez Watkins, and everything's going to be okay. Like
he is a free agent,
I know. Don't worry.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a free agent by the Eagles. Did you know that? He was on the practice squad last year.
That's incredible.
At the end of the year.
You know who loves him?
Not me.
Core values.
I do want to put this out here. Really?
Oh, yeah. He's never seen someone practice quite like Quez.
Yeah, exactly. Adam Schefter did tweet this, and he knows what he's doing. He said, Josh Allen's weapons now include, he used the word weapons, and then went on to say, DJ Moore, Khalil Shakir, James Cook, who is a legit weapon, Dalton Kincade, Dawson Knox. Come on, Adam.
But Dalton Kincade and Dawson Knox aren't they tenuously on the team? I'd sell their possible cut candidates.
And I know, that they love the tight ends up there, but let's the weapons that caught me by surprise. That's all.
So they like tight ends in Buffalo?
They do like tight ends, but Dalton Kincade isn't. Come on, man. Like, if you're talking about getting this team over the hump and to a Super Bowl to the point that you need to convince your star quarterback that he can't do it alone, that's his issue. He can't rely on Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincade. You need somebody to stretch the field.
All right, we'll get back into the Eagles, but the 12 o'clock hour of the show brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months, rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more, ServiceFirstHVAC.com. It's time for the News at Noon.
News at Noon with Ray Dunn. News at Noon with Dunn.
All right, we're going to start with an upset college basketball coach, but an upset former college basketball coach. Bruce Pearl, been in the news recently, saying a lot. He's got a lot of time to say things now, not being the Auburn head coach. His son, the Auburn head coach. Is he rooting as a member of the media for his son? Of course he is. Is he going to hide from you how his son got the job? Of course he's not.
Am I rooting for my son to make the NCAA tournament? Of course I am. Did I help my son get the job? Nepotism? Of course I did.
At least someone's honest about it.
Yeah.
Right.
All these guys quitting before the season, it's not because you just fell out of love. It's because you want to force the administration to have whoever it is currently your associate head coach, or whoever it is you want to be the head coach for one season and then get the job permanently. That's what this is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he admits it.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what he should.
Yeah, but then he goes on another program and he walks it back. I mean, that's just Bruce Pearl. He's about as crooked as it gets. You know, that's what you're going to get there. But that's fine. I will say that he is in a particular role, though, that his voice does carry weight. And what I mean by that is he's hopping on these national shows. Who does he work for? Is he ESPN?
He's ESPN.
Is he ESPN? Okay. Well, he's being booked on different shows, and he's talking about other teams, and now this is resume time. So, like, his words carry weight, and he's trying to bump up Auburn. Oh, by the way, like, take shots at other teams that are on the bubble. So it's just a very slippery slope. That's fine. The nepotism, I get it. Like, no shock there. But, you know, choose your words carefully, Bruce Pearl.
Yeah,
That's all.
Exactly.
With all due respect, though, to Bruce Pearl, if you're in that room, are you in that room like, man, Bruce Pearl's going to be upset with me? Because if you are, you don't deserve to be in that room.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a Bruce Pearl guy.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on that one about halfway through this.
Very fraudulent, very phony. But again, you know, a heck of a coach, was able to have some successful programs over the year. Never won a national championship, but was a good coach. And Auburn, all you had to do is look back to what the year before he left. It was a really good run with Broom and company.
Yeah.
All right, moving on here. Aaron Rodgers on with Pat McAfee. There's a lot of different ways we could go about this. We could do the straight news conversation of this, saying, hey, he hasn't made a decision yet. Oh, I'm shocked. Aaron Rodgers went on television and told us he hasn't made a decision yet on his football future. That's so unique to what the Aaron Rodgers experience has been over the last couple of years. Or we could go the fun route of this and talk about whether or not his wife is real. Here's Aaron Rodgers talking about the reason why we haven't seen or heard from his wife.
Paparazzi was stalking me for a long time, flying drones over my house. I've learned that it has had a bounty on getting a picture of my wife, which I think is very bizarre as well. I understand the attention that comes with somebody who's accomplished what I've accomplished, and so in no way, you know, am I making this a woe is me. But when it comes to your personal safety, and now it's not just me, it's me and her, it's really bizarre. When we met back in 2017, I knew that there was something crazy special about this, and I wanted to be with her. And she would make funny comments like, I would never live in Green Bay. I don't want to be a player's wife. She's not a public person. Then she moved back across the pond.
Ooh.
Oh, so you're giving little breadcrumbs.
Little tea leaf there. Yeah, you know, look, that seems like a Rodgers type deal where he's like, you know what, let me go to France for a little bit, Paris, meet a nice lady there, and all of a sudden, non-American. Yeah, that seems like something that Rodgers might do. For a moment there, I thought he was like talking like he's Bin Laden out there in Pakistan with the compound, you know? I love Zero Dark 30. I can't get enough of that stuff. Right? Where he was living in this compound, and the third floor had the roof. And like this dude did not mess around. Bin Laden was incredible for years, right? To duck all like the drone.
It's almost amazing they found him.
Yes. And the way that they did, I loved Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, for sure.
The documentary on Netflix, I can't get enough
So
of.
that's what the government should get into next, is finding Aaron Rodgers' wife. Who it is.
Not busy right now at all.
So, Aaron, listen, I agree with him, what he's saying. Like, it is bizarre how people want to know who Aaron was, but that's like the celebrity. That's what they do.
Yes.
You say, I won't tell you who my wife is. People are going to go crazy trying to find out who it is. But I'm on your side, Aaron, because I don't care who your wife is, and it is no consequence to me at all. So I hope nobody ever finds out, and you can live happily ever after.
I'm the same way, John. Like, I don't care one bit. I think Ray does, though. Ray does care about Aaron Rodgers' wife.
I would just like to announce that I, too, have a wife that I met in Europe. And you guys aren't going to find her. We're living a very, very private life away from all cameras. I'm going to go on television. I'm going to tell you, hey, she exists. She's very real. She's spectacular. But there's nothing that you're going to find about her. She doesn't like the public life. She told me when we first met, I don't know if I see myself as a radio producer's wife.
Do you think Rodgers is lying?
About what?
I'm telling you that I have a wife that you guys don't know about.
He does. He thinks Rodgers is lying.
About what?
About having a wife.
I don't.
I don't either. Ray does.
Why? Just for attention?
It would be a very Rodgers thing.
I mean, I don't.
That's going above and beyond.
like
fake a marriage. Oh,
yeah, really.
Well, think about it.
That sounds exhausting.
Think about what he didn't have to be asked for about half of that interview. His football future. Because you know what's more enticing to people than his football future? Or at least to those wackos on the
his romantic life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
One lie leads to another. Next thing you know, you're just telling nothing but fibs and lies here.
You know what it's like, Sean?
Well, we're all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers is the protector of truth?
What, because one time he used a different word, immunized instead of vaccinated, and now
not even just
he's
that.
A stone
he's
cold
been
liar.
An attention guy for his entire
life. He's attention guy.
He is. He's insufferable, no doubt about it. But that's like when Ray was in middle school and he came back from summer camp and he told everybody he had a girlfriend that he met up the mountains.
She goes to a different school.
Right, and then you can't be proven because she's up the mountains and you're only in 6th grade. So, but then when it comes time to be like, all right, well, I want to see this girlfriend. Is she ever coming in? She never meet her. She never actually appears where you live. All my friends growing up would always find that at up the mountains. Oh, I have a girl. She's up the mountains. She's down the shore. Like, oh, okay, well, how come I've never met her or seen her?
We all have girls down the shore. That's, well, at one point in time in our lives, yes.
Not now.
No.
Of course not.
Definitely
not now. Not now. Derek Carr, last one for you. So if you remember when he got hurt in 2016, the Raiders were having that great season. He gets hurt. He fractures his ankle. I forgot that when they took him off the field, he sat in the front seat of the cart. They had him all crunched up in the front of that cart, which is a horrible position to have a guy who just fractured his ankle. You would think he'd lay back in the cart.
Right.
He explained this. Organizational malpractice, like, to the max degree here.
So if I were to go in the back of the cart, the way that they have to drive out of the Oakland Coliseum is a very steep hill. They were scared I was going to fall out and that the cart can't make it up with the weight being in the back. And so that's why I got in the front, because of the Coliseum, and our cart didn't have enough juice and the hill was way too steep. And the best part about it is we drive out, right? So I get hurt. Well, they're not thinking people are leaving the stadium. It's a football thing. It's disheartening. We're drive out. We're in the parking lot. We're not even in the stadium anymore. We're driving through the black hole parking lot. People are slapping my shoulder pads. Oh, it's going to be okay. You're fine. And my ankle's just flopping.
Oh, my God.
Imagine here in Philadelphia, hope it never happens, but Jalen Hurts fractures his ankle. He's taken out of the front seat of a cart. They have to go up a hill. They're not sure they're going to get up with the golf cart. And then he's just dropped into K-Lot waiting for traffic to clear to get himself to the hospital.
Yep.
There'd be a riot.
Yeah, there would. Yeah, like you said, the Saints, they're the Aints for a reason, too, right? They used to be called the Aints for a reason.
Well, I would say this, right? People they pick up on a lot. And when you watch these games, and I forget what it was, but there was one time where there was a star that was hurt in the middle of the field. It might have been like, I forget. I'm not going to throw a name out there. But I just remember, like, people tweeting left and right, like, get him the cart. What's going on? And then you see stars that have to, like, make it to the locker room by being helped, and people are like, where's the cart at? Get them carts. It's just funny what the little things that people pick up on. But oh no, it doesn't shock me about the Raiders. They just have never done anything right and been so cheap, whether it's the A's or
I'm sorry, I thought it was the Saints that did that. Yeah, they said the black hole. No, I thought it was the Saints.
All right, he had a memorable run with the Saints.
Yeah.
when you knew it was over.
Yeah. Well, you know it's not over, right?
Apparently he wants to come back.
So the story that's out there is that the Saints think that he wants to come back, and they're very willing to trade him to a team because they still hold his rights.
I'd take him.
That was that was the story from a bunch of the insiders coming out of the combine. Yeah, there'd be interest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to win a Super Bowl, but if you get him on the right team, like Minnesota, for example.
Love Minnesota.
Minnesota could win some games.
Minnesota's tied to every quarterback.
Yeah, because
the story
J.J.
about it.
McCarthy's thing.
Yeah, you guys just hate to be J.J.
Hey, in
McCarthy.
23, he threw 25 and 8. Like
he was always his stats always look better than his actual.
no
play.
doubt. He threw for 3,800 yards. He was 9 and 8 on the season with the Saints.
High completion percentage.
Still pretty impressive to win 9 games with the New Orleans Saints.
Agreed. All right, news at noon. So we do have some. I'm not going to say this is breaking news because it's from Jordan Schultz, who is a quote unquote NFL insider.
He's got me blocked.
Does he really?
Yes.
You probably earned it, and I don't blame you.
I don't say that much, but I do like when I feel like you're throwing stuff up against the wall, and that's what it was here. I'm like, all right, dude.
He's one of these frauds but like he gets information from agents. He gets used a lot.
He spends money apparently. That's the word on the street. He's got to
gives him Starbucks gift cards.
Yeah.
For doing it. Yeah. And because his dad was the CEO.
I love
CEO of
Starbucks. I'd take it.
Yeah, I would too. I like Starbucks.
Hey, Jordan,
put it right in my app.
The Baltimore Ravens are interested in A.J. Brown. Send me the card.
Here's what he says. He says teams in the trade market have gotten the sense that the Raiders are more open to the idea of trading Max Crosby, and it's a situation that is only going to intensify. Jordan, James Palmer on our show yesterday pretty much said that, and I agree. You don't bench a guy for the last couple games of a season and piss him off if you have intention of bringing him back. They're a team that is in rebuild mode. They don't even have their quarterback on their roster right now. They're probably going to draft him. They don't have a lot of talent on the team. This is year one of a rebuild. So you get rid of a 29-year-old defensive end that's really good that you can recoup some draft picks, get some draft picks. You go out, you draft the next Crosby. But I do believe he gets traded.
I feel for Max Crosby. I do. I honestly, because you just think, you hire Pete Carroll. You're going to figure it out. Nope, fired. Like every single time he turns around, they're getting a new coach. Yep. It's not working out. Just get out of Vegas and start something new because he is a hell of a talent, and he is a guy. I know we were yelling about it the other day. I'm not going to back up off it. I understand the slotting of pay, but a defensive tackle or a defensive end, if I have to overspend to get one of those guys that are difference makers, I will do exactly that. Crosby with Jalen Carter, let's go. Jordan Davis.
First-round pick? Ray, first-round pick? Crosby? I mean, we talked about it the other day. We had the caller that called in and started yelling at you.
Correct.
And said whoever won a Super Bowl with paying a defensive end $30 million.
Well, again, we're talking about one team. There have been plenty of teams that made it to an NFC Championship game.
What does it mean?
Is that a good qualifier? Aiden Hutchinson.
If you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you don't say, hang on a second. We don't want that defensive end.
Yeah.
He's too good.
Miles
Too many good players.
You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Myles Garrett. Nope. It's like, come on, man.
By the way, Myles Garrett got his 9th speeding ticket last week since 2017.
Can he get a driver?
94 miles an hour and a 70 mile an hour, and it was at like 1:45 a.m.
Was he sober? He was sober.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would 94 is pretty fast.
Yeah, but
if he's going 80.
Not in these new cars.
So honestly,
yes.
How fast do you drive on the highway?
Dude, my RAV4 gets moved via the wind. Like if the wind, a stiff breeze and my...
Well, he drives a RAV4 too.
Yeah, right. Mine's a tomato can. He ain't driving what I'm pushing. I drive 90 and the wheel shakes. He's driving 90. That feels like second gear.
I'm not even going to ask Greg because his car doesn't go up to 90.
You'd be surprised.
Well, it is an Avalon.
That thing's got pickup.
Okay.
What it lacks in looks and pretty much everything else.
Well, it's a
that thing
Toyota,
can
so
fly.
it's a Toyota, so it's made very well.
What is he driving? Because he did get into an accident a few years
ago.
ago.
He had a Lamborghini when he got into that accident, I think.
Yeah, he don't need a Lambo.
But anyway, and I'm not driving a lot when there aren't a lot of cars on the road because I drive during peak times. But if I'm on a highway, if I'm on the turnpike where it's 70 miles an hour,
you're getting 90.
No, I'm not 90.
No?
I'm at least 80. No, I'm not going.
Oh, you're a friendly 10. You're one of those guys.
Yeah, but see, I also use cruise control. I'm a cruise control guy on the highway just because I don't want to go too fast.
Yeah, see,
I want to have where I'm going to go, and that's it.
See, I'm looking at his cars right now. The Porsche 911, McLarens, Ferraris.
A Porsche 911 for a guy that size driving 90 miles an hour is a bad idea.
But I'm just saying, as far as like 90 miles per hour is not.
That's like just touching the pedal.
Yeah, it's not the same for everybody. 90 is not 90. However, to the police, it's the same. Yes.
Sure. So it sounds like, Ray, that not only do you smoke cigarettes, but you drive really, really fast and you break
Ray.
the law.
If the shoe fits, I mean, I got places to be.
All right, 50 Schuylkill Expressway. You're driving back to Oaks, Pennsylvania to see your parents. It's Saturday morning, 7:30. Not a lot of people on. How fast are you going?
What's the speed limit?
It's 55, but
that's
at least 70.
Wow.
Agreed.
Yeah.
See, the thing about Schuylkill is like,
well, it's also not a straight shot.
Yeah, and you could easily sneak up. Like I always tell people when you're driving on Schuylkill, like all of a sudden, just because you're cruising doesn't mean it's not going to be bumper to bumper and 100 yards.
You come around the curve and bam.
That's probably why my brakes don't last.
All right.
Probably
All
not
right.
the car's fault. It's probably a user error.
So Ray is a speed demon.
Yeah, he is.
There
And
you
a
go.
smoker.
He sure is.
I just got places to be, you know? Like today. Today I was driven nuts on MLK Drive. I found the one person that drives 25 miles per hour and 25 mile per hour, so there's nobody in front
And
of
how
you.
fast do you drive on one of the drives? 50?
I think that's a respectful no comment.
Yeah, 50. Because I did the same thing.
Yeah,
Kelly
yeah,
Drive
50 for sure.
Now you can't do it because on Kelly Drive it makes the lights turn red if you go too fast. But yeah, Kelly Drive like back in the day, 50 miles, 25 mile an hour speed limit. I'm going 50.
Yeah,
Kelly Drive.
Yeah,
Lincoln
50.
Drive, I'm going 45, even though you probably shouldn't.
I
Right,
love the trust,
I'm
the
only
trust
average.
factor on Kelly Drive. Love it as they're just whipping right by you and there's nothing in the middle.
Nothing.
Very.
It's amazing more people don't die on Kelly Drive with how I've driven
As
on
people
Kelly
are
Drive.
driving on Kelly Drive, listening to us right now.
Right, be careful.
Get in the right lane.
But Martin Luther King's safer than Kelly Drive. It's not as it's not as windy.
There was a straight shot. This person's going 30. It's all backed up next to us on the other side, and they're going 30 in the little thing. Finally, me and the guy that because I was stuck behind someone that was also stuck behind them. That guy went right around, and I was like, you know what? I got to get in there. Somebody's got to cut the audio for this program. I went around them.
Yeah, he's like Bo and Luke Duke.
That's it. Smoking the Bandit over there.
Yeah. All right, coming up, we mentioned the Phillies before. We're going to get to it here. Johan Rojas is reportedly getting suspended, but don't tell Rob Thompson that. Also, Bo Bichette, what did he say about Phillies fans? Wait till you hear this. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
DJ Moore on the move. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Big news out of the NFL right now. Wide receiver DJ Moore traded from Chicago to Buffalo. How does this pertain to the Birds? Well, it's a wide receiver on the move to one of the potential A.J. Brown destinations. The star wide receiver still a part of trade conversations. The Eagles are reportedly listening. No one's met the asking price so far. We spoke to James Palmer on yesterday's show, and Palmer talked about what teams are not willing to give up for A.J. Brown right now.
I think those teams are all trying not to give up a first-round pick for AJ. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged.
We'll see what else happens across the landscape of the NFL out of free agency opening up next week. Sixers get the win last night over the Jazz, 106-102. They're without Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe, and Kelly Oubre. They now have the Hawks on Saturday night in Atlanta. And for the Phillies, a loss in spring training to Team Canada yesterday in spring training action. Alec Boehm homered. Aaron Nola went 3 scoreless. This update is brought to you by Text Now. Some people still pay $100 a month for phone service. Text Now gives you 5G without the 5-figure commitment. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited freedom. Switch things up. Try Text Now today. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
right, so every time we want to talk about the Phillies, something else happens in the NFL. At least this is just a tweet from Jeff McClain, but Jeff McClain on Twitter says the Bills trading for wide receiver DJ Moore would theoretically take them out of the A.J. Brown market. They checked in with the Eagles about their wide receiver from what I've understand. Patriots and Ravens were the most likely potential partners, especially as I understand it, with the Eagles only inclined to deal with AFC teams. That's Jeff McClain.
Ooh.
Yeah, which, I mean, I wouldn't trade him to it. And sure, the 49ers said we'll give you 2 first-round draft picks, then you would have to think about it.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. So, all right, so let's think about it. Bills, do we all agree the Bills are most likely out?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't want to, but yes, I agree.
Right, so with the Bills are out, I was texting with my buddy in Kansas City. He has no information that they're interested, but he does believe that they're interested in upgrading the position. So that still could be there. For what McClain's saying, it doesn't seem like that is something that's happening. So the Patriots and the Ravens is the most likely partners. The Patriots, for me, with them releasing Stephon Diggs, seems obviously like the most logical place for him to end up. It's a matter of can they meet the requirements for what you're looking for? Because their second-round draft pick is the second to last pick in the second round. So if they're not going to give their first-round draft pick, so let's think about it. If there's not a lot of teams that are in on A.J. Brown, you can't drive up the price. So the Patriots wisely are probably saying, yeah, we're not giving you a first-round draft pick. No, we'll give you our second-round draft pick. Okay, maybe we'll give you a conditional draft pick after that, but we're not giving you our first-round draft pick. And if they're really not willing to do it, then you're looking at the bottom of the second round. So it's the second to last pick in the second round, and then something after that. So is that going to be enough? Earlier I had said a second-round draft pick when I was talking about number 40. When you're talking about 63, man, the 63rd pick, that's 23 picks after 40. At 40, you're getting guys that were thought to be first-round picks that maybe slid because of circumstance. At 63, you could get a good player, but you're getting a second-round pick. So I don't like that at all.
I know that Daniel Jeremiah, matter of fact, just tweeted, so this is right in perfect timing here. He said, quote, I see the sweet spot in this draft between 50 and 75. There are going to be a bunch of solid starters in that range. The edge rusher, cornerback, or wide receiver you get at 75 will be graded almost identically to the one you'd get at 45. How about that? Again.
All right.
Yeah, look.
That's what someone's telling them to say. Is that Elliot Wolf on the phone, the GM of the Patriots, telling
Daniel Jeremiah? I don't know why I'm saying it like that. He was on the podium at the Combine, almost like he was a general manager or
he used to be in the front office. I don't know if you know that. He's the guy that Russell Wilson, he worked for the Eagles. He's the guy Russell Wilson told, he's like, draft me and I'll get you guys a bleeping Super Bowl.
Wow. That's okay. So, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
I had DJ on before drafts for maybe 5 years in a row. Jeremiah's good stuff.
I am all about people that specialize in the draft, whether it's NBA, NFL, NBA, and have them featured. I think that was pretty cool by the league to say get up there on the podium. But a lot of people were freaking out on the timeline like, really? This guy is being asked questions like he's a coach, like he's a general manager? He does his due diligence, and he knows what he's talking about. Right. And he does have the background like you pointed out as well.
All right. So the Patriots have the 31st, the 63rd, that's the second round, and again, their own third-round pick. They have 2 4s. But again, when you're talking about A.J. Brown, I want to hear about fourth-round draft picks.
No.
Trent McDuffie, who is much younger, but the Rams have to give him a new contract. He's in the final year of a contract. So it's not like they acquired a player that's like, when he's under contract for the next 3 years. The Rams legitimately gave up a ton of draft capital to be able to negotiate with a player on their team for this year. They could have done nothing and then just signed him in free agency and given him the biggest contract. Yeah. Instead, what did they give? A first, a third, a fourth, another fourth or something like that? So when I see a fourth-round draft pick and A.J. Brown in the same sentence, that makes me say no.
Along with pick number 29, the Chiefs will receive 2026 fifth and sixth-round picks and a 2027 third-round pick.
All right, would they do it for maybe a second and then a third? Because remember, Hassan Reddick, the pick they have this year from the Jets is something they sat on. They said, okay, you won't give us the pick this year. We'll take it in future years.
That worked out.
I don't know, man. AJ Brown's still a really good player. It would be a crime to give to trade him for 63rd, and then maybe something else.
And normally, Howie doesn't look bad when it comes to, like you said, it feels like it would be a crime. If that ran on the bottom of my crawl on the TV, I'd be like, "That's it."
Doesn't seem like enough.
No, Howie don't play no games.
Right? It doesn't seem like enough.
Nope, not enough. Gotta give me more.
But the Ravens are going to have similar picks, right? I mean,
that's good. I did enjoy reading that the Baltimore Ravens are interested.
Well, they didn't. So where are they? They're picking 20. No. Let me see. Because they didn't make they missed the playoffs, so they have a better first round pick, which means they would have a better second round pick. So then at least that looks a little bit.
Probably what, 48, 50, 51, somewhere in there.
All right, let me see. They have 14, and then why is it so difficult to
46, right? 47.
You're talking about the Ravens.
If they have it,
that's
what I'm saying. Yeah. You would think if I Googled Ravens draft picks 2026, it'd easily come
I got this
while you're Googling.
Question real quick. This is the first time we heard actually the Baltimore Ravens interested from an insider. Is that correct? Because
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
45. So they have 14 and 45.
Oh, not bad.
So 45 and then what? Because if you're doing a conditional pick, then you're doing it in future years.
And Lamar.
And you give him back Tanner McKee.
Yes.
And then you have Lamar and Jalen on the field at the same time, and you run trick plays. Think about it. All this McVay offense stuff. No one will know who has the ball. You can run trick plays.
We'll even take that rookie kicker who missed a kick. Throw him in the pot.
All right, a couple things happening on the old Bird app right now that I feel like we should update you on. We got the compensation from Shefty for DJ Moore. It's Moore and a 2026 fifth going to Buffalo and a 2026 second round pick.
Ooh.
While you work through that in your brain, Lane Johnson just tweeted out the eyes emoji and at Max Crosby.
Oh, come on, Lane.
So chew on that.
Oh! Yes! Get Max Crosby here. Why is Lane doing that?
Is he messing with us?
Why is Lane Johnson, of all people, tweeting that out?
Did he hear a little something?
I think that there's definitely something going on.
Keep this in mind with Howie. He was willing to give up essentially what the Packers were willing to give up for Micah Parsons because he values the edge rusher. I would rather give up a first-round draft pick and pay Max Crosby $30 million a year than paying Jalen Phillips $20 million a year.
Right there with you.
You're getting a guy that's going to get you double-digit sacks, and next to Jalen Carter and everybody else they have on that line, he's a beast.
In a new spot, his first time in a new location, new team, Max Crosby is going to rip it up. That would be insane if Howie's able to make this happen.
So hang on a second. DJ Moore, so the Bills gave up a second-round draft pick. They got Moore in a fifth.
Yes.
DJ Moore's worth a second-round, F the fifth-round pick.
Yeah.
DJ Moore's worth a second-round pick?
So what is A.J. Brown worth?
Dude, that's an overpay.
DJ Moore stinks.
Why wouldn't you just give up your first-round draft pick for A.J.? Are you kidding me? I'm not telling you I wouldn't. DJ Moore's not like an okay player. What did he do last year? He had like 40 catches, didn't he?
DJ Moore last year had
coming off a bad year. I don't
50.
Was he hurt?
He played in all 17 games.
Because he had 98 receptions the year before.
There's a lot of receivers on that Bears team.
96 receptions in 2023 for 1,664 yards. 1,364 yards. So his first 2 years with the Bears, he had 96 catches, 98 catches. They also didn't win squat, and they weren't good. This year he had 50 catches with Ben Johnson, and they're ready to get rid of him.
Yeah, look, it's a step up in the right direction for the Buffalo Bills, but man, come on, DJ Moore, really? Is that going to satisfy the thirst for a stud wide receiver for your quarterback and your fan base?
I just can't believe they gave up a second-round pick for him.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. All right, Lane Johnson with the eye emojis at Max Crosby.
Dude.
All right.
I'm not trying to get crazy here. I'm on the radio. But if I was on the couch, I'd be losing it. I'd be texting all my boys like, dude, is he coming here? Are we getting Max Crosby? I feel it, man.
So
I do.
Go on the record for everyone right now. Are you pro or anti?
Oh,
100%.
I know you're pro.
Make it happen.
I know that room's incredibly pro, but we had people yelling at you earlier this week. So
yeah.
before this happens,
100%.
I want to hear from people whether or not they're pro or anti.
So here's how you do it. We did it earlier. I don't know if we're getting any more of the memos in. 610-632-0975. You can send us a voice memo. Put in the Fanatic as the contact. Save it. And then go to send us a text message. Hit that little, if you have an iPhone, hit that little plus button. And up will pop, it'll say audio. You can leave us a text voice message that will play on the air like a phone call. Just say your name, where you're from. Sean wants your occupation as well.
Yes, occupation.
It's preferred, not necessary.
Thank you.
610-632-0975. First round draft pick for Max Crosby. And A.J. Brown, what are they going to get for him? The Bills give up a second round draft pick for DJ Moore? A.J. Brown's got to be worth it first. Come on. 610-632-0975. We're officially on Max Crosby watch. I'm going to text my friend in Vegas that's on the radio
Let's
and get
go.
his thoughts on it. Also, Sean, at 1 o'clock, for the spot in the Middays with Mark's team in Knockout and a pair of 76ers tickets, we're going to play Sixer in an envelope at 1 o'clock. So if you want to be at the game, you want to be in the tournament, or somebody, maybe your son, somebody in the tournament, 1 o'clock, your chance to win it. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
You know.
the parody song works.
It really does.
News at noon with Ray. News at noon with Ray. All right, so check it out. A couple things here.
Yep.
Back to the Chiefs. Would they be interested in A.J. Brown? According to a source that I'm speaking with, who checked in with somebody over at the Chiefs, they said that they're out on Brown because they're more focused on cap space than anything else.
Oh.
Cap space, smap space. Cap space.
Dynasty's officially dead.
Do you know who's worried about cap space? Cheap owners who don't want to spend money. That's who's worried about cap space. Like Jerry Jones. Oh, we don't have enough money under the cap. Yeah, all you do is you give Pat Mahomes another contract, renegotiation, whatever you do to it, rip it up. I think they may have already done that, but you know what I mean. Like, okay, yeah, then go out and get Mike Evans or something. All right? You get A.J. Brown.
That feels likely.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. And this is what, like, I genuinely think most people don't understand this because you'll get it a lot. Like, oh, A.J. Brown's cap number's too much. If you were to trade for A.J. Brown, in all likelihood, you're giving him a new contract because you want to be able to control the cap hits on it. So he gets some additional money, guaranteed money, and then his cap number is $5 million for this season, and then the cap number is $15 million for next season, and then by year 3, that's where you have the big cap number, and he's cut. You know what I mean? Like this whole cap thing's fake. At some point, can it catch up with you? Yeah, like a little bit, but if it's open-ended and you can kick the can down to the road until there's the cul-de-sac, then you can't kick it anymore.
Yep.
There's no cul-de-sac in the NFL. The cap goes up every year. It went up this year as well. So, all right, maybe if you're $60 million over the salary cap, you're like, all right, well, we can't do it. But, like, come on. Anyway, so that's at least what I'm hearing from the Chiefs camp perspective.
All right.
So it's coming down to the Patriots probably.
Patriots and Ravens. Baltimore's still in the mix. Baltimore's a fun place to play. Good fans.
Good sports town.
Yeah, good sports town.
Like a mini Philadelphia.
Lots going on at the Hub.
Now, would AJ welcome to play with Lamar? Would he? Lamar's the 3-time MVP.
That'd be fun.
Derrick Henry's his boy.
Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, Lamar. Again, these are, and it's a new coach, but this is a franchise that should be desperate to win with Lamar Jackson. Like, at what point do you say this isn't working? MVPs are great. We need to win it. They haven't even been to a Super Bowl. The fact that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson haven't been to a Super Bowl is crazy. So, I don't know. I mean, I would have desperation if I'm one of these teams.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe the Bills gave up a second-round draft pick for DJ Moore. That's unbelievable to me. Does that make you think that you're getting a first-round pick for AJ?
It definitely means that Howie Roseman is trying to get one, that's for sure.
Right.
And won't probably back down from it either. I don't know. I would look at that's where I'm at. I just think, man, come on. Like, if we're talking A.J. Brown and what he brings to a team, whether we're talking box score or just as far as eyes, target share, all that, does so much. He's worth the first-round pick. DJ Moore is not. Definitely not in that same conversation.
Now, according to Lane Johnson's Twitter,
hey now,
he tweeted out eye emojis at Max Crosby's official account, at Crosby Max.
It's up to something season, John. That's what it is. It's up to something. There's always something happening right here, right now.
Going to be some ridiculous workout thing that the two of them are doing together.
He's going to make a trip to the barn out in Jersey?
Yeah, I'm going to be livid when it ends up being like, oh, we're doing this big workout promotion for fill-in-the-blank company.
Nah. There is a huge a huge package being put together by the Chicago Bears for Max Crosby, though. I did read that earlier.
They won him. The Cowboys apparently won him. So Zach Berman tweets out 12 minutes ago with the news that it's a second-round draft pick. Zach Berman tweets out, this is good news for Howie Roseman's position in negotiation.
Oh, yeah.
I agree, if there's a team that's willing to do it. So if the Patriots release Stephon Diggs, and we talked about their wide receivers earlier, isn't it set up to where they almost need to get A.J. Brown right now? I think the only difference is, like in Philly, remember what happened with Bo Bichette? When they didn't get Bo Bichette, remember the reaction and the aftermath of that?
Oh,
it was so deflating. If the fan base, and I'm not saying you make decisions because of the fan base, but if the fans aren't saying, like, we need AJ, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't really matter. I don't know how Patriots fans don't look at this and say, we need AJ Brown. This is how we get back to a Super Bowl. It's crazy to me.
Well, I'm chanting right now, we want Max. We want Max. We want Max.
First round draft pick for Max, Ray?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Okay. All right. Would you give up the Eagles' first round draft pick or the first that they received? You get the Patriots first rounder. Max Crosby.
I'll give up the Patriots
in a second.
Yeah. We're in a championship window. Let's go to talent. If I'm going to be so picky about letting AJ Brown go, I got to welcome in the star edge rusher, and it saves us from paying the whole Jalen Phillips thing, which I think they're going to overpay, and we're going to regret that.
I agree. All right, we have a Max Crosby voice text message. Listen.
Give me Max Crosby all day. Y'all want a first-round pick? Sure. Whatever we get for A.J. Brown, throw it in. Mad Max, inject it in my veins.
All right.
You sound like he was on the road. I'm going to say electrician.
Name, location, and we prefer your occupation as well.
Matt from Percy, which we know from his contact on the text line, but we
Gotcha.
can't tell you. No idea the occupation.
All
You
right.
can only guess.
Maybe that's next time.
Max Crosby, if there's one thing we know about him, he is a stud on the field. But off the field, he is a aficionado when it comes to the tattoo chair.
See that?
He has on his belly, and as a guy that has a belly tattoo, it's very painful area that you get tatted up. Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Kobe Bryant, all on his stomach.
That's something.
Good.
Does he have Sean tattooed above his belly button like you?
Does not. Has a picture of, I believe, his daughter, one of his kid. Be legendary. Man. Now, this is a cheat code, because I can tell you right now, what they do, John, is these guys that have all the money in the world, they go and book these tattoo parlors, and they get knocked out, right? They get them knocked out, and they literally
go under anesthesia?
Correct, and they literally knock out their whole tattoo in one sitting. That's what LaMelo Ball did.
That seems pretty safe to go under general anesthesia and risk having complications from it for a tattoo.
You get the whole body done in one sitting versus the painful experience you got to go through. Yeah.
You know, when I had this dumb Nick Foles tattoo put on my back, at the exact same time, Rick Lovato was getting the Lombardi trophy on his ribcage. True story. And he just walked in. He had no idea that we were there. We broadcasted live from there, somewhere in Fishtown.
How much pain did that hurt for you?
I mean, it didn't feel good.
No. It sucks. Tattoos are terrible.
I hate tattoos. I hate that I have this tattoo.
Tattoos are terrible. Don't get them. They're painful. Do not get tattoos.
Ray has the barbed wire around his biceps.
And he's got the fighting Irish leprechaun on his ankle.
Don't you
No,
put
it's his
that
calf.
on.
Oh, calf. I'm sorry. That's right.
Don't you dare.
Wait, you got the owl on your back?
Of course, yeah, obviously.
Hooter?
Is it
That was
Hooter
a
or
part
like
of
the angry
broadcast
owl?
agreement.
No, he got John Chaney on his shoulder.
He's got Dumphy's mustache on his shoulder.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, you know what? Rest in peace to Coach Chaney's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, I saw that she passed away. Yeah, man.
Coach Chaney, one of my favorite all-time Philadelphia sports personalities.
Well, now she gets to join John, and I'm sure that's a good thing. But, man, just a legendary human being in this city, that's for sure.
All right, we have a pair of 76ers tickets and a spot in the knockout tournament. You will join the Middays with Marks. What's the name of our crew? Club?
The good club?
Our club?
Yeah.
Our posse?
That's easy. The club.
We have a good club.
It's a good club.
We do have a good club.
We got a really good club.
And we're going to play Sixer in an envelope. So you want to start lining up right now. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. I have the name of a 76er. Could be current, could be previous. All right? You will call in. You will ask a yes or no question to try to find out who it is. I answer. You give a guess at who it is. Whoever gets the correct Sixer in the envelope first on the air wins the tickets. But you have to line up right now because we're doing it next. 610-632-0975. It's Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Hi, emojis. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Uber Eats. Philly, you hungry? Good thing Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at Coco's Cookies and Creamery. From now until March 31st, get a buy one, get one free deal on a milkshake, all on the Uber Eats app. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details. In the last hour, we got a tweet from Lane Johnson with the eyes emojis adding Raiders edge rusher Max Crosby. This is following a report from Jordan Schultz that the talks around trading Max Crosby have begun to intensify coming out of Las Vegas. We'll keep our eyes on that. Of course, we're keeping our eyes on what's going to happen with A.J. Brown. We already see a wide receiver dealt today. DJ Moore making his way to Buffalo. How that impacts A.J. Brown's market, we'll see, but a second-round pick going back to Chicago for more. Teams not willing to give away a first-round pick, at least according to James Palmer, who we spoke to yesterday for A.J. Brown.
I think those teams are all trying not to give up a first-round pick for A.J. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged.
Elsewhere in Philadelphia sports, the Sixers beating the Jazz last night 106-102, and the Phillies falling to Team Canada in spring training action. This update's also brought to you by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Get your car ready for your spring adventures this month at your local AAA Tire and Auto Service location. Buy 3 select tires, get 1 free. Offer ends March 31st. See store for details. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
One o'clock hour of the program is always brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Great teams stick together. So does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Championship results. Visit Morgan with an E, morgensternhair.com, or call them 610-831-HAIR. Hooah! There you go. All right, a spot in the knockout tournament and a pair of Sixers Bulls tickets. So, knockout tournament, March 25th, Xfinity Mobile Arena against the Bulls. After the game on the hardwood at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, we will play knockout. Hosts, listeners, and everybody. And by the way, you can get single game tickets to that game and all the other ones at Sixers.com. By the way, you have to wear white sole shoes to be on the court, Sean. I know you were going to wear your black dress shoes.
No, I have my black Air Force Ones ready to go. But I will have to skip on that. Yeah, it's got to have the white sole.
And Ray was going to wear his cowboy boots with the spurs on the bottom.
Of
course, yeah, obviously. I look like a guy that wear cowboy boots.
Well, speaking of courts, real quick, did you see the Big 12 championship out there with the women's?
Every year upsets
fight?
people.
No. Well, this is the new. They got the HD. Oh, my God, that fight was insane.
Fight was
Knocked out the referee.
No, they have an HD floor.
Really?
Oh, this is.
I didn't see it.
Oh, revolutionary. This is new technology, the whole nine. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Better court, People's Court or Judge Mathis?
People's Court.
I'm a big People's
Court.
Court.
Better theme song immediately.
Judge Judy or People's Court? With Wapner or with Marianne Milian?
I'm going to give respect to Judy. She had her own slot machine at the Borgata one year.
She makes more money on TV than anybody.
Yeah, People's Court, though, still. The original.
I don't like Judge Judy. I don't think she gives people a fair shot.
Is she still doing it?
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
They had to change the name, though, because Judge Judy was owned, and then she moved to a different network.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's Judy Justice now, I believe.
Ooh.
Oh, I did not know that.
Love
Moved
Judy
up
Justice.
from a judge to a justice.
And by the way, we tell you the white sole shoe thing because they won't let you on the court if you don't. So in all seriousness, you have to wear the white sole shoe. All right. So a couple people just dropped off. 610-632-0975. It's pretty much this simple. You ask a yes or no question. Like Sean Brace, ask a yes or no question. You already know like what the topic's going to be.
Odd or even number jersey.
Odd or even number jersey.
That's not yes or no.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so no, Sean was going to ask, is he a process 76?
Well, I was going to, but I skipped that because I thought that was a good question.
And I would say yes.
And so I was kind of throwing off there, but yes, that was my question.
This may not be an easy one, so I want to at least give him a hint. Yes or no question. We will get people that don't ask yes or no questions.
Yes.
I will say yes or no, and then you have to guess who the 76er is. First person on the air wins it. Let's go to Rick. Let's go to Rick in Warrington. Rick, what's your question?
Is he Caucasian?
He's not Caucasian.
We'll go Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid. Incorrect. Chris in media. Chris, what's your question?
Is he a shooting guard?
He did play shooting guard.
And he was a process player as well? That was
He played during the process era, correct? Good question. 3 seconds.
What was that guy's name? Ish Smith?
Ish Smith that's a great answer.
So he's not a Caucasian. Shooting guard.
And it's
Process
not Ish,
sixer.
And it's not Ish Smith. Yeah, fun fact
And
on Ish
not Ish
Smith.
Smith, yeah.
They elected not to re-sign him. And then after Hinkie got whacked, they immediately traded for him when they were 1-29 because that gave him some scoring punch. Ish Smith.
Ish had a 14-year career.
He's a good player.
Dish from Ish.
Rafis in Northeast Philly. What's your question?
Hey, did he play in the 2020 on?
He did not play in the 2020 on. And let me say this. For me, the process ended when the team started to get good, if that narrows it down. So once they were in the playoffs, I'm not considering them a process. I'm talking about when they stunk.
Let's go with Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris, when they were making the playoffs, who's not a shooting guard, is incorrect. Iverson in Lansdale. Iverson, what's your question?
My question, did he ever win any awards in the NBA?
I do not believe so. Let me just make sure. I would imagine he didn't. He did not.
Shooting guard, let me go with Jody Meeks.
Jody Meeks is incorrect. Again, I believe he played on good teams. So he's
Good's a
considered
relative term.
He's considered a shooting guard and a point guard. So he's a combo guard, but we answered he was a shooting guard, which is correct. But he's considered a combo guard, at least if you look at his Wikipedia. Quinn in Penn Township. Quinn, what is your question?
Let's go with, did he play in 2015?
He was with the 76ers in 2015.
Shooting guard, 2015.
3 seconds.
I graduated high school. Let's go with, I'm drawing a...
All right, you're out of time.
Yeah, the process era for me, John, was 13, 14, and 15. Those 3 seasons.
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go to Brian in Pottstown. Brian, what's your question?
I don't have a question. Can I just go?
Sure.
Is it Tony Roten?
Is it Tony Roten, Ray? It's Tony Roten. You win.
Attaboy!
Unbelievable. All right, congratulations, Brian. Are you a baller? Are you going to be in the knockout contest, or you have somebody that you're going to bring that's going to be in?
Yeah, I'm going to be in it, and you guys are going to lose.
Oh, well, no. Hold on a second. We may lose, but you're on our team.
Yeah, you're on the.
So we're not going to root
So then your show's going to win.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because if you beat me, I don't mind, because whoever we get on our squad, you're in our club because we have a good club, is going to win, and that's all we
got
care.
a really good club.
So congratulations. Thanks for calling in, Brian in Pottstown. Tony Roten
Called his shot, too. He's like, I don't need a guess. You could take that question and keep it.
We were going to do Jeremy Grant, and then we went with Tony Roten primarily because he was arrested for insurance fraud and got a suspended sentence, and we were looking to see if he actually served jail time.
Yeah.
Which he didn't.
He didn't. So that's what.
Ray actually looked to see if he was still incarcerated.
I didn't hear anything more. All I heard was insurance fraud. He's in trouble, and I was like, oh, that's a shame. There's a couple guys I think from that fraud, like the whole thing, that ended up going to prison. They're doing jail time. He didn't, apparently.
What year was that?
2021.
So was that pretty much it? Because he played after that. When you look at the teams that Tony Roten played for, who, by the way, I like Tony Roten. You know, when you had a team of bad players, the dude didn't mind shooting, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, he was an exciting guy on a team that needed some excitement.
He averaged 16.9 points in 2014, 2015.
I love a good scheme. I mean, I would rather that you get away with it, but the indictment alleged that from 2017 to 2020, participants submitted fraudulent invoices for expensive dental work that was never performed to receive reimbursement. I love it.
It happens.
Yeah, you know.
So Tony Roten, he played 1 year in Memphis. He comes to the Sixers for 3 years. After the Sixers, he played for the Texas Legends, the Bucaneros de la Guava, the Rio Grande Valley Vipers.
Huge Rio Grande fan.
The BC Kalev, the Andwil Wokachekis, and I could go on and on. He didn't play back. He didn't get back in the NBA at all after he left the 76ers. He played a lot of European basketball. You can make good money over there. So he had a nice long career, even after getting indicted on the
fraudulent
stuff.
Fraud charge, yep.
So hold on a second. He was on the FIBA World Under-17 Championship team for Hamburg. Is he from? How did he end up over in Germany playing for a FIBA team?
That is a good question.
Anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
Tony Roten. Oh, good old Tony Roten.
Tony Roten.
All right. All right, so we're monitoring, for people that are just tuning in, we're monitoring all the situations here in the NFL. So far today, the Bills have traded a second-round draft pick for wide receiver DJ Moore and a fifth-round draft pick with the Bears. So the Bills gave up a second-round draft pick, and they got a fifth-round back, but still. Like, they gave up a second-round draft pick for DJ Moore. DJ Moore was a really good receiver 2 years ago, and the year before that, he's not A.J. Brown. And he wasn't good last year at all, and he played in all 17 games. So if he's worth a second-round draft pick, man, I hope the Eagles aren't overplaying their hand, because as much as people might be saying now, you really sound like that you want to trade A.J. Brown. Yeah, I'm kind of in the ballpark I almost have it in my head that he's going to move on. So now I'm trying to figure out how you can get the most to move on. And Ray, if he ends up coming back, he's still a good player, but I don't know. It just feels like that he's going to get moved. So now I'm trying to get the most compensation to get back. And if the Bills were scared off by the price tag because the Eagles are saying we're not trading him for anything more than a first-round draft pick, then it's easy to see why they would move off and get another wide receiver.
Yeah, you're the one driving the bulldozer right now, to be clear.
I am.
Yeah, okay.
It's true.
And you are still in front of the bulldozer.
Still and
okay.
Still
he is not in front of the bulldozer because he said he would do it for a first-round pick. So don't act like you're in front of the bulldozer.
I don't want to trade him. We said if he's going to get traded, what will you take back? If he's going to get traded, I'd take a first-round pick. In my ideal world, I want him to be a Philadelphia Eagle. But I realize I don't live in an ideal world. They're going to trade him whether or not Ray Dunn cares or not.
Okay, so stand by that and say, no, I'm not taking anything. I'm not trading
him.
them.
Fine, I don't want to trade him.
But wait,
I thought we all operated on the understanding that this was going to happen.
Well, I'm with him.
Okay.
I'm not in front of the bulldozer either. But I'm at least standing on. Like a bulldozer has that thing right
You're
in
on
front
the
of
thing.
it. Yeah, I'm on the thing. I'm like 1 foot up, and
Because if it moves, then you're on the thing and you don't get
correct. Yeah. So I don't want to lose A.J. Brown, but he wants out. Like he wants something new. His agent is shopping him, not me.
And I guess that's where I am. It's pretty clear to me that he believes moving on is the best.
I think that's where everybody should be, right?
Well, they're not.
How? I don't know. I get it. Everybody's blinded by the box score and the stats, and he's fantastic. But like, aren't you seeing the same thing we are? If you're paying attention, you're listening to this show. Like you're hearing the same things we are.
Right.
So it's just like this is going to happen. He's getting traded. It's just what are they going to get in return?
So does that help the Eagles? If DJ Moore's a second-round draft pick, a number of the beat reporters, including Zach Berman, says that this makes Howie Roseman's negotiating a little bit easier. Hey, this guy's worth a second-round draft pick. That means A.J. Brown's worth a first-round draft pick. Yeah, if a team wants to give it up, I don't know. I mean, if the Patriots are really the only team that's interested and Baltimore likes him, but they're not giving up a first-round draft pick, then why should the Patriots – I mean, here's why the Patriots should do it. They want the player. Like, remember Carson Wentz got traded to the Colts, and there was nobody else that the Eagles were talking with because the Bears wanted Wentz, but Wentz said, I don't want to go to the Bears, so that eliminated the Bears because the Bears are like, all right, if he doesn't want to come here, we're not going to trade for him. And the Colts were saying, hey, we're not going to negotiate against ourselves. But Howie Roseman very wisely said, then you're not going to get the player. Because if you want the player, even if you're not negotiating against anybody else, you still want the player. And if I'm the Patriots, I want the player.
Yeah.
And the 31st overall pick seems like a reasonable price for a player the caliber of A.J. Brown.
I agree. It'll be interesting to see what happens over these next few days. Of course, we know that Howie is in the lab trying to make it happen. I do want to put this out here. A guy that I follow, he's in the sports gambling world, very smart mind, but he said, quote, he believes that A.J. Brown isn't going to fetch a first-round pick. And I'm just following up here. He says, what's the comparison for it? Because somebody's trying to argue with them about DJ Moore is not on the same level. He said he's a $23 million cap hit in 26, and if you trade him in 27, there's a $27 million in dead cap. Diggs went for a second pick in 2024. Chicago had to attach a fifth just to get a late second. Is Philly attaching picks to Brown?
Yeah, the cap number's bogus, and I don't know why people don't understand this. He's likely to get a new contract so they can fix the cap numbers the way that they want to.
Agreed.
You want to make the wide receiver happy, you make him happy by giving him more guaranteed money. He's going to a new place. Even if you're not going to give him a ton more guaranteed money, you still if this whole thing is cap space, when you make the trade, you just redo it. The only team that's going to take it's going to have cap ramifications off this is the Eagles. The new team doesn't have bad cap ramifications. I don't understand why people don't get that. It's really of no consequence.
Get it through your thick skull.
Yeah, you just kick it in the year 3 and year 4, and then you deal with it then. But owners don't want to do that because that's big money they have to put out in advance.
That's for other teams, it's not an issue. For the Eagles, that's the hurdle, it feels like, for this whole thing to happen. Because they want the value of what it's going to end up costing them to do this.
Right.
Spot Track put out this tweet, I guess it was about 45 minutes ago, just trying to explain to people how difficult it'd be for the Eagles to make this happen. And I don't have an accounting degree. I didn't take an accounting class. I use TurboTax. So I got nothing for you when it comes to how this financially is going to work out for you. But he goes through all the different conversions they'd have to go down for all these different players to open up cap space to allow the A.J. Brown maneuver to happen. And it's, all right, are they going to be calling up agents? Like, all right, Jalen, all right, Lane, all right, Landon Dickerson, Jordan Davis. Like, we need to convert all this stuff to open up space to allow A.J. Brown to be traded and give us any sort of flexibility. Again, I don't understand how they make these things happen, but I'm just reading the tweet in front of me this is apparently going to be difficult for them to pull off.
Also, Adam Schefter is on the Pat McAfee show about 30 minutes ago, and he said, quote, I don't believe there's a chance in hell the Eagles would move A.J. unless it included a first-round pick.
All right, I think that's fair.
Let's go.
That's fair. But as far as the cap number from Spot Track, essentially what you're saying was it's too big of a cap number for the Eagles to move off of or to do. Is that what you were saying?
This is the exact wording from the tweet. Cannot stress enough how financially complicated it would be for the Eagles to trade wide receiver A.J. Brown before June, adding a $20.1 million cap loss to their books. Their option bonus structuring pre-bakes in the salary conversion, giving them little to no flexibility this time of year. It's not impossible, but it'd be a problem.
Then why is every reporter in the world saying that Howie's looking to make a trade, but it has to be the right compensation?
Because he could be looking to make a trade, but we could, like McClain said on his podcast, I think last week, you could be talking about this into the summer. And that's a worst case scenario for all of us involved, because I think we're all going to go insane if we have to talk about this until the summer.
Yeah. I mean,
teams want to get their guys in, and
they want to do it now.
Yeah, something like AJ would really give your fan base some juice. Of course, if you have a young quarterback, it's better to get him in the mix with AJ faster than sitting on it. I still think that Howie's going to wait for the best deal, but if we got it narrowed down to two teams, I think it's pretty easy to see which way you're going to get, or which team's going to give you the best deal. So this could happen a little quicker than I originally thought. And hopefully it does. Exactly.
Or maybe not, like McClain said. But you know what else it does? There's the cap hit and all the stuff that I don't need to get into. They also save a lot of money. When you hear them say, yeah, there's a cap hit, but there's also cash savings. How the Eagles circumvent the salary cap is they spend a ton of money up front. Any NFL team could do that. They can sign anybody they want. It's by doing these, all right, we'll give you money right now because we'll accelerate the cap hit and everything else. Sorry if I'm getting the weeds too much there. But if they'll end up saving like $30 million off of this with A.J. Brown. That's real money. Forget about the cap. How much money Jeffrey Lurie spends in a season also is big, especially if you're going to have to fork out Jalen Carter that much money, Max Crosby that much money. So that's the A.J. Brown part of it. Then there's Max Crosby, who Jordan Schultz had reported that, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it sure looks like Max Crosby is going to get dealt. And then Lane Johnson, probably seeing that tweet, put out the eye emojis and then added at Max Crosby.
Love it.
Karate Mark on our text line, because you call our text line, you send voice messages to our text line with your opinions or with something fun, you make it. Here's Karate Mark.
Make the move, do it how we go get Max Crosby, yeah. Make the move, do it how we go get Max Crosby, yeah.
Love it.
What's the parody?
That was, this is how you
Oh, yes. Because
Nickelback.
We were doing Nickelback earlier.
So good.
Make a move, Max, how we go get Max Crosby.
And you saw Karate Mark at the airport.
He was on my flight.
He was on the flight?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. On my flight to Orlando.
Why is he Karate Mark?
Because he's a...
Was he a sensei?
He's a... Yes.
Very cool. My daughter she's a blue belt.
Does he own the... He's got a... I don't know if he owns the place or that's just where he is in Northeast Philly.
Nice.
But, yeah, what's the Karate Kid show that's on now? It was on Netflix or whatever.
Oh, Karate Kid.
Yeah. No, Cobra Kai.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cobra Kai, but Karate Mark's a good guy. He's not the bad guy.
Dude, karate's great for the kids. My daughter she's calm.
Is she finding pressure points in your neck and injuring you?
She jabbed me one time. She hit me like, whack. Got me good. Telling you.
Oh, man. All right, coming up. We have more on this, 610-632-0975. Couple things for the phone lines and for the text line here. And send your voice memo. Send your voice message. Would you trade a first-round draft pick for Max Crosby? And is it a first or bust for A.J. Brown? See, can this really go into June? And because the whole June 1st is so you can split up the dead cap hit and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't know. It feels like I haven't heard in the last week that they have to wait till June because of cap implications. I've heard everybody talking about how he's looking for the most value. I find it hard to believe that they'd have to wait to June to make a trade. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Also coming up next, we have Shefty on with Pat McAfee. Also, what's going on down in Atlanta with the Magic City night? Yes, a strip club is more or less sponsoring a night down at a Hawks game. Can you imagine? There's controversy. Go figure.
I'm a big Hawks guy.
That's coming up next. Middays and Marks, 97.5. The Fanatic. Let's talk about my hair because I have beautiful hair. Let me find it on my board here.
Hey, yeah, beautiful hair.
I have beautiful hair, and it's because of the experts at Morgan Stern. hair restoration. So do this, all right? Go to my Instagram page and check out all my fine pictures, right? It's not just videos of me complaining about sports. There's also pictures. I was just down at Disney with my family. At John, Jon, Marks, M-A-R-K-S Media. At John Marks Media. You will see what my hair looks like now. Because 15 years ago, we put some pictures out 15 years ago when I used to work with Sean, and I had the receding hairline. You notice it right away. You notice that I was skinnier, and I had a receding hairline. Not anymore. Go to my Instagram page. If you're losing your hair, I'm telling you, the experts in the industry, Morgenstern Hair Restoration, the same team that did my hair, the same team that did my hair transplant. And right now, they're offering a free Ahmed treatment with your procedure. It's a $1,000 value for free. It's something I get done every single year. So check it out. Morgenstern Hair, over 30 years of experience, the most success and the most experience in the Philadelphia area, and a $1,000 value for free. And the Ahmed, it's painless, non-invasive, no needles, and it helps support the rest of your hair so everything blends and looks great. 610-831-HAIR, or I mentioned my Instagram page. If you want to reach out to me, DM me. DMs are open. And say, hey, I'd love more information. I have pictures I can send you over Instagram of the procedure the day of, a week after, the day after. I can even connect you with my friends over at Morgenstern Hair. I've done it recently with a listener. 610-831-HAIR, morgensternhair.com, or just check me out on social media at John Marks Media.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Plenty of football news. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We're continuing A.J. Brown watch here in Philadelphia, but across the NFL, a number of things going on right now. DJ Moore was traded from the Bears to the Bills. They got a second-round pick in return from Buffalo for DJ Moore. They had to tack on a fifth-round pick with that. Interesting in what it might mean for the A.J. Brown price tag if the Eagles are to deal the star wide receiver and the Eagles star right tackle right now, putting out eyes emoji on Twitter and adding Max Crosby, the edge rusher from the Raiders. We'll keep you updated with anything that goes on with regards to A.J. Brown or Max Crosby. James Palmer was on with us yesterday. Said teams reluctant right now to give a first-round pick for Brown.
I think those teams are all trying not to give up a first-round pick for A.J. I mean, you could look at a comp of when Stephon Diggs went to Houston, in all honesty. I think that was like a second. And there were some other things that were exchanged.
Now we'll be comparing it to the DJ Moore deal for sure. The Sixers last night stuck by the Jazz, winning 106-102. They didn't have Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe, or Kelly Oubre. They'll be back in action in Atlanta Saturday night against the Hawks. And the Phillies lose the spring training yesterday to Team Canada. Alec Boehm homered and Aaron Nola went 3 scoreless. This update is brought to you by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value menu has 10 lavish indulgences, including the new mini taco salad, all for $3 or less at participating Taco Bell stores. While supplies last, price participation vary, tax extra. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5. The
Marsh, we're back. Guys are coming up at 2 o'clock. I didn't rip Ricky today. I said it to him. I go, you know what? I didn't rip you today.
I said to him that I'm wearing something for him tomorrow. That sounds dirty.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you wearing lingerie for ringing?
Well, he's not listening. I got a jersey. I'm rocking a jersey tomorrow.
A bow?
No.
A Ricky bow?
Oh, no. That would have been a good, you know what?
Bit.
Damn. All right, well, it's not too late. I could still get that. No, I got myself a WBC jersey.
Really? All right, well, don't give too much away.
All right.
I want to be surprised.
Okay.
While we're talking Ricky jerseys here, one of the funniest things I've experienced working in radio, we did one of those like card shows we were out at that they were, I was at, I think, the DoubleTree down near the airport.
Love it.
And Ricky was there. Guy comes up with a Ricky Bottalico, I want to say it was a Brewers jersey.
Wow.
Like pulled it absolutely out of nowhere. It's got like the gold trim on it. He was telling us about how much the jersey's already worth. He was dying for Ricky to sign it. I was like, the person in this area that owns, or I guess anywhere really, that owns the Brewers Ricky Bo jersey.
Right.
Is a hell of a pull. I can't imagine. Like Phillies makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because it's this market, but he's remembered as a Philly.
It was his last team.
Right.
Brew
Yeah.
Crew.
He's known as he's a Philly.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
I just can't imagine there were too many. Like, imagine that. Like, that guy or whoever originally owned that jersey,
Dude.
like Ricky Bo gets signed by the Brewers, and they're just like, yeah, I'm going
Let
out
me
to
go
get
get
that
a Ricky Bo
jersey.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've always wanted a Royals jersey. I might get a Ricky Bo Royals jersey. 2000.
Wow.
Kansas City Ricky
Right,
Bo.
get a Mets Ricky Bo jersey.
I love it.
If he came in one day and we were all wearing different Ricky Bo jerseys,
So good.
that'd be something. Well, that's something they should do on his own show. Like, why are we coming up with this idea? Why isn't Colarulo coming in with a Brewers Ricky Bo jersey?
We're the show that creates. We're like point guards, man.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I personally would want to go with who was the last one? I'll go with see if I get a spring training O's jersey from 06. There's
Always-
got to be someone like equipment that has a couple of extra Ricky Bo ones out there. We got to reach out to the Baltimore Orioles and see.
Shout out to that guy rolling in with the Brew Crew jersey. I love the Brew Crew logo.
Can you order the Chinese jerseys, pretty much whatever you want?
I think so.
I'll put whatever on
I
the back.
have not gone down that path as far as was it personalized, right? Would that be the terminology? Yeah, personalized DH jersey, but you can. Sure.
Yeah, so we could potentially get
Oh yeah.
any team we want with Talgo on the back.
Quality I got strong. It's a 10 out of 10.
Yours is from Chinese? It's Chinese?
Yeah.
What do you know what prison it was made in or no?
I'm not
What
too
region?
sure.
No.
I'm not too sure, but the stitching is flawless.
So it's
The
not bad.
Patch it's a 10 out of 10.
So how much is it?
I paid 36 total.
Is that right?
Total.
And how
When
long?
those things are probably going for $1, probably 236, I would say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. No, like for a gag jersey, I'm not paying over $50. All right, like maybe $75. A
No.
gag jersey, $36 is a good price.
Yeah, gag jersey 36.
Okay.
I might take a stab at it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because I had I've never had one of the fake jerseys, but I used to eBay the jerseys. I'd get one on eBay. Like I had a Ty Detmer Eagles jersey that was the first when they went away from Kelly Green. The first year they looked like the Jets, and it's just a horrible, horrible jersey. And I had a Ty Detmer jersey I got off of eBay for like $10. And then my current Phillies jersey is a Steve Jeltz signed.
Oh my goodness.
Phillies jersey, powdered blue, and it's tremendous. And I paid like $30.
And you
for
got it on eBay.
Yep.
Oh, that's strong.
What if we did eBay roulette, where we just like set the filter to like under $20? We type in Philadelphia, fill in the team jersey, and the fifth one that comes up, you just have to buy, and we rock it on the show.
Oh, that would be strong.
Okay.
Like you could take the risk of it being like a just absolutely terrible, terrible dirt person, jersey, athlete, or you could get something really cool. For example, what
Well,
you have.
who has to wear it?
We do.
All of us?
Yeah, we go one at a time.
Oh, we have to alternate
Yeah,
with it?
on the air.
It's a good idea. I like it.
Yeah, no, I like the idea for sure.
Real quick on this, if you don't mind, boys, allow me to take us to some sunny weather in Clearwater, Florida, where with nobody out and runners on first base, John Marks' guy, Otto Kemp with a double to the wall. How about that, sports fans?
It's not what's on TV, though. Or it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Double. Get out.
Yeah.
All right. I have the shirt,
You do?
Oh, yeah. I have the shirt. I didn't wear it, but I have the shirt because I'm supposed to take a picture today after the show, but I didn't wear it today.
Get in the zone.
I have the Auto Kemp Get in the Zone Auto Zone.
Get in the zone, auto zone.
Yep. And it sounds like they're saying Auto Zone. So it works.
I think I might have to break that one half. Auto zone. I think that might be the cut.
No, Get in the Zone Auto Zone. It's short
You
enough.
want the full thing?
It's
Get in the zone, auto zone.
all right. We can try just the Auto Zone. It may be a little bit of an abrupt entry into it.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so we'll do this in 3 minutes. Magic City Monday is what the Atlanta Hawks are going to do, so Magic City is the famous strip club in Atlanta that has the Lou Williams lemon pepper wings. It became famous, I guess, when Lou went there during COVID.
Oh my goodness!
And then everybody found out what Magic City was. It's a famous strip club in Atlanta. It's known to be an urban strip club. Mostly African Americans go there. Of course, when Ray goes into Atlanta, he'll be in there
you're a
sometime.
Magic City guy. Look at you, Ray.
fan.
I love it.
Right.
Wings
so,
are great.
So Magic City, it was supposed to be. When is it supposed to be? March 16th.
March 16th.
So Magic City Monday was supposed to be on the 16th. Where aren't they getting hoodies?
Oh yeah,
and things like that. It's a real theme. Everybody that comes in gets a hoodie. It's been called. It's a collaboration with the ownership group and the front office, and it's called an iconic cultural institution, citing Magic City's role and impact in Atlanta's black communities and hip hop culture. When they announced it, now Luke Cornett, who happens to be Caucasian, wrote that the Hawks failed to acknowledge that this place is, as the business itself boasts, Atlanta's premier strip club. Cornette doesn't play for the Hawks, but he's going to be playing that night.
No, he's not.
He's not.
No, he's just with the Spurs. They're taking on the Magic that night, right?
No, you're right.
Correct.
So it's Magic City night, and they're taking on the Magic. I didn't even connect the dots. On that. That's pretty funny.
But and Al Horford actually agreed. Al
Sure.
Horford came out and he's from Atlanta, and they said they shouldn't do it. So there's a lot of pressure for them to cancel Magic City Monday.
Yeah, and I just want to put this out here because we were talking about a pre-show as well. So Jermaine Dupri, famous hip-hop artist, producer from Atlanta, is a part of the ownership group with the Atlanta Hawks. Magic City is celebrating 40 years with a 5-part Stars docuseries.
Which he's doing.
Which he is a part of. So there is a little bit more to it than just like, hey, we're going to run with Magic City and do this sponsorship. Like they are actually producing a Stars docuseries behind it. Is it a good look? Can you understand people having an issue with it? Sure, I can.
But look at it here. If we were having double visions night down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be fine with it. You could have the Horsham Hunks there all night.
Horsham Hunks.
Right, then I'd be fine with it, but I think we also know there'd be a lot of noise. Like, what are you guys doing?
Of course. At the end of the day, we know what's taking place there. I just want to say that it's a different vibe with that one inside their city with their team. Like, don't they know better than Luke Cornett from San Antonio or, well, he's from Tennessee, I think. Vanderbilt, we went to college there. I want to say this. I don't have an issue with Luke Cornett and him voicing his displeasure. I have no issues with that whatsoever. What are you laughing?
The fact he went to Vanderbilt, I didn't realize it. He was in Nashville.
Yes.
Did he just go down Broadway with his eyes closed all the time? Oh, no.
The NBA should desire to protect and esteem women, many of who work diligently every day to make this the best basketball league in the world. We should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we know and love. That's Cornette.
And like I said, I don't have much to argue with him about. I just think, hey, man, like, this is an Atlanta deal. You're not in Atlanta. Let them do what they want to do. And I think let's see what happens. It could be done tastefully. They're going to have a T.I. performance. I don't think that polls are going to be dropping down.
No, T.I.'s performing at halftime. You talk about a halftime show.
Yeah.
Do we need a field correspondent?
You want to go?
I mean, I would love to go down there for this point.
I don't really have much of an issue either way. I don't have an issue with him writing a letter. I will tell you this much. Like, he probably should speak up on some other things if he feels so passionately about when it comes to the league and treatment of women. I know that, Miles Bridges is the first one that jumps off the page at me, a guy that was arrested and is picked up by the Charlotte Hornets playing. But I digress. At the end of the day, allow these teams to promote the way that they want to.
So the 5-part Stars, the cable network Stars, it was produced by the actual principal owner of the Hawks. So it's not only Jermaine Dupri, who's also he's a big deal in Atlanta, the actual owner of the Hawks. It'd be like John Middleton producing
Philly Blunt.
Producing Club Risque Night at Citizens Bank Park.
What day is that? I'm heading down.
I think, it's when there's not a lot of crowds, so they're trying to get people. I think it's in middle of April.
Okay, on a Monday night game. I'm in.
Yeah, no, and they're promoting it as Ray Day at Club Risque at the park.
Ooh.
That's how they're getting people there.
They got good appetizers down there.
And double visions.
Fried food.
There we go. Coming up next, the YouTube chat recap, and we wrap it up Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Wake up.
gentle guy.
So my daughter's friend was over. When did they have off?
Monday.
School. Last Monday.
Okay.
And, so they're in 3rd grade. And she had a Def Leppard shirt on.
Nice.
So I had said, you're a Def Leppard fan. She's like, I have no idea who it is. It's a T-shirt, which is kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
But I had said that, I had a Def Leppard cassette tape.
Oh, yeah.
And then I mentioned how their drummer had one arm. He got into a car accident, and he was a drummer with one arm. I don't know how he did it with one arm, but he's a drummer with one arm.
Behind the Music, VH1. Remember that show?
Yeah, sure.
He was one of the best. How he did it was because he was one of the first guys to have the electronic kit.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he was heavy with the pedals, a lot with the feet. Think about that. How good you got to be with the feet.
You got to be great with the feet.
Yeah. Look, Def Leppard's like a band that should not be slept on, right? I know we talk about like hair metal, and we're talking about the hierarchy as far as bands are concerned when it comes into that world. Def Leppard's at the top of the list. You think about some of the hits. Hysteria is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, for that era, they're one of the big heavyweights.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit before Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses, huge commercial success, more than Def Leppard.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, Def Leppard, kind of like the half a generation before that.
You know what's funny, though, is Guns N' Roses considered hair metal. Like, I know they were from that era, but no they're not. There was more substance to them.
No, they're not hair metal. No, they were on tour with Public Enemy.
Wow.
During one of their tours. Yeah, Axl Rose was, they would Public Enemy, I believe, at least for some of their tour, they would open for Guns N' Roses. Yeah, because they had that kind of an edge to them at that point. Chuck D had an edge the way he rapped.
Hell yeah.
Most underrated rapper of all time, Chuck D. I know you have no idea.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Okay.
I was just saying this off air to Calarulo when I walked in.
And Chuck D used to wear a Phillies hat in a lot of the videos. Even though he wasn't from Philadelphia, he used to wear a Phillies hat.
It's good fashion.
It certainly was. All right, Jane Slater of the NFL.
Love Jane Slater.
NFL Network.
Does a great job.
Well, I don't know if she's NFL. Yeah, still with NFL Network. She does a great job, absolutely.
Big cowboy reporter.
Correct. Here's what she says. On Max Crosby and the Cowboys being at play here.
Ooh.
Here's what I'm being told from a team source. Quote, Raiders are talking to a lot of people, but we would not give up 2 first-rounders. End quote. That's the situation now. Will that change? I don't know, but I checked for those of you who are interested.
Oh, thanks, Jane.
So
Hell yeah.
They said 2 first-rounders. Seems like there's a lot of teams interested in giving up 1 first-rounder, and maybe a little bit more for Max Crosby.
Agreed.
I'd go 1+.
God, he's so good.
Yeah, man. I mean, you want that defense to be the anchor of your team.
He has the ability to to bat a ball at the line and then go and chase it down and pick it off. He did it last year. It's a hell of a highlight.
Somebody asked, what about first-round pick and a player? And she said, I think that's a possibility, but it depends on the player. There you go. So it's just starting to cook. We got some good information out there that already done.
It is just very funny to me. It's like you had an elite edge rusher, right? And now you're in the market for another elite edge rusher.
Yeah.
And you're going to end up paying probably that. I don't understand Jerry's mind. No one does.
Yeah, I would.
It makes sense to him. That's all that matters.
Right? Got him all the headlines he wanted.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but he'll have the headlines with Pickens when Pickens isn't reporting the camp and he's talking about it on a daily basis. He gets exactly what he wants. All right, time for the YouTube chat recap, Raymond.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Hit me.
Ray lights up when talking about Jordan Love. If Bayless from the YouTube chat
literally lights up or lights up? Are you lighting up a cigarette when you're talking about like you just finished something?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we get done with the Jordan Love conversation. I got to go take a smoke break for sure.
You do light up though when you talk about it.
Yeah.
Immediately you can hear the smile through the microphone.
Can we do it like a digital segment on Fridays where we're burning a parliament, like all of us sitting together, or like a pack of Pall Malls? Just
sure. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
A smoking segment.
Let's go smoke cigarettes.
Right.
Ran into the big boss in the hallway yesterday, Paul Blake, and he's like, "Oh, you going to take a smoke break?" I was like, "Oh, great." I'm glad.
Did he really?
Yeah. I'm like, this is permeated the entire building.
That is awesome.
So
it's a long break. Of course, I don't
even think you can smoke outside the building anymore.
Probably not.
Wow, I'm driving 90. I'm smoking cigarettes outside our building.
You want to go to Magic City on?
So I
don't think that's too big of a stretch.
I was down at Disney, and because if you think about it, it's not that long ago that people used to smoke cigarettes everywhere.
You can't smoke in the park.
When I worked in the Wilgrove Park Mall, there was a smoking section in there.
Oh yeah.
And when they got rid of the smoking section, you could still walk around the mall and smoke. Now, I don't know if you could go in stores and do it, but I was down at Disney. I saw one person smoking a cigarette the entire time I was there. And she was sitting on a bench outside of the pool, and my reaction was, they're going to throw her out of here? Like, she can't be sitting out there smoking a cigarette.
No, I would definitely say you can't do that. You can't even hit a pen. Like, you can't do
You're
anything.
not supposed to vape anywhere.
Yeah.
No, but it's like a cigarette, man.
I mean, I think 10 years at least.
And talking about it right now, I'm fiending a cigarette so bad, I could suck down a big dragon
I smelled
cigarette.
one the other day, and I was like, damn, do I want a cigarette? I
kind of do.
Because of Ray.
Oh, great. Now that's on me.
Well, you remember the Chicago Bulls scoreboard? Every time you saw Jordan Duncan, you had the Winston. The Winston,
the guy with the hat.
The logo, yeah.
If you could do it and then it wouldn't make you do it again, would you take a huge drag of a cigarette?
Yeah, I'd hit one right now for show purposes. Definitely.
For show purposes.
Definitely.
Strictly show purposes.
I'm starting to sweat a little bit and fiend.
Marlboro Light. Give me a red and I'd be on my butt.
I need a Marlboro menthol.
Ooh.
That was my regular, not a light.
Wow.
A regular.
You are absolutely a menthol guy.
First cigarette of the day was the best one, man. Suck that sucker down on the way to work. Get my coffee.
What makes somebody go menthol? I'm just curious. Why menthol?
I liked rap music, and I started off with Newports, and then they tasted terrible, so I went to Marlboro menthol.
God, Newports. Oh, my goodness.
My buddy's little brother, Tough Tony, he would smoke the 100s. They look like magic wands. And it was just like, oh, my God, that looks so bad.
Soft pack or hard pack?
Oh, always a hard pack. Who goes soft pack? Come on. The cigarettes get all smashed. Ray, you actually look like a soft pack guy.
Omar got a soft pack.
Yeah,
when he got
Cools.
capped. Yeah, he bought a soft pack.
Of what, Cools?
I forget. No, it was a Newport, I think.
Was it Newport?
Yeah.
Yeah, Newport.
There you go.
All right, what's next?
I think the Eagles are just checking a box with saying they'd take a first and second. They really aren't interested in trading him, so it's just to show AJ they value him more than any other team. Neil from the YouTube chat.
Or he could just say, we're absolutely not trading A.J. Brown. It's off the table. They're not doing that. Why can't people just realize that for the right price, they're going to trade A.J. Brown? Because guess what? A.J. Brown's agents were shopping him at the Combine.
Yep.
How he get it done?
This isn't the Eagles. This isn't a one-sided affair. This is A.J. Brown. This is the Eagles realizing that A.J. Brown asked for a trade during the season. Reportedly. What's next?
We're going to get deep into the Max Crosby hype, and it's going to end up like Bo Bichette. Nate from the back.
Agreed, Nate.
No, because
Negative Nate.
Negative Nate, of course. Did a Phillies player ever put the eye emoji?
No, but Lane Johnson likes to play around on Twitter.
I'm buying what Lane is selling.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the Eagles are giving up a first-round draft pick plus and paying him $30 million. We have time for one more? What we got?
I'm going to tell y'all, the only way Ray picks up his phone for any trade package is if it involves several nines and multiple tens. Delwood Spriggs from the YouTube chat.
How about that?
That's a strong one.
Ray,
Nice work.
I think Ray's seen more sevens than nines. Just my opinion.
Even that's overshooting it.
Yeah, really.
Two married men in there.
We are all back tomorrow.
Speaking of, happy birthday
Yes.
to my wife.
Kelly O, happy birthday. Coming up tomorrow, all of us. Coming up next, Ricky and Bill. See you.